Hello everybody, and welcome to the October 2024 edition of Low Ink here on IPL. Gotta love this monthly tournament each time. My name is Kyo, and I am joined by Quill for the opener today. Quill, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great! Yay! Low Ink, everyone's favorite! I love this tournament, and I'm so happy to be here for the first time casting this alongside you. We have a really, really nice matchup coming up. I believe it's two pickups, the fishkissers versus Is We Throwing?
I actually had to figure out if you're asking a question of Is We Throwing or you're just confused on whether or confused in general if we're doing that. I'm also gonna just say right now, you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm also slightly tired, and and that sudden energy wave is like, oh, that's gonna wake me up for the opener as well. Both teams, by the way, is gonna rapidly get into it, so we'll quickly ring out the three maps here. Clan Blitz on Mako is gonna be game one. Hagglefish Market Zones, and then Undertow Rainmaker to wrap up this play all three. That's the format we got. Now, Quill, Quill, I can only imagine these are two pickups right there. Must be really crazy for having these be team names. But I need to ask you, more importantly, rate the team names for me here.
I will say the Fishkissers is pretty interesting, given the fact that they have a player named Lifish. I wonder if that inspired it at all. I think that's silly. They're giving Lifish a big kiss. The Fishkissers. I don't know. Is We Throwing, though, kind of classic. I wonder if they're gonna go like a serious comp, or if they're just gonna go, you know what, let's just have fun. Let's play something silly.
Now, I do love the silliness, but I still need to ask Quill. Do you like these team names first?
All right, they could have been better, but they're good. They're
All right, Quill's ratings here for both team names is that they could have been better. Let's get this show on the road. Game one of this first set here underway to get us started. Of course, Fishkissers and Alpha. Is We Throwing on Bravo right out of the gate. Quill, really no surprises to weapons that we're seeing here today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pick a bucket, and that's always such a good pick for Mako. It has such good fallout that all these really, but no, with the bucket on one that goes down, and still both the buckets are.
All right, and it's very much going to lead into the wipeout that we're seeing right away. So this is going to be the first starting push that we are going to be seeing here from the Fishkissers themselves, cracking on pencil there, which is still starting to become very popular though at this stage. But for both teams, just be on the lookout for the Slosher duel as we speak here. As we get their first push of the game, Fishkissers is going to be the ones cashing in 1+1. Jay already slicing through, taking out Serval in the process. It's going to be the 1+4 push right out of the gate. 65 points remaining and still counting down, and it still will be the Fishkissers' first push to get us rolling here. Phil, this is a good start so far for the Fishkissers. Absolutely,
the bucket on the side of Fishkissers is just doing such a good job exerting pressure on that ledge. The strikes coming out. The thing is We Throwing just can't get out of their base because of the constant aggressive positioning and pressure being put on by the Fishkissers. And Kraken tap shots one of them to death and scores in the other ball. My goodness, the pressure is just not being let up as they're in their spawn now.
Already into their spawn. Jay still trying to slash through. This is just great aggression right out of the gate that they are going to lose to, but that is more points that they're able to cash in right away. 9 points extra to be ticked down. 44 points already in, and so far that we have seen right away here, Quill, is that we have seen Is We Throwing, which they haven't had the lead quite yet. Just being stuck playing defense for the past minute and a half. They do have power climb. Might just been the free climb that they picked up here, trying to get the push start, just get points on the board. Jay will throw the first surprises in, slices out Garfy there, but not before going down. It is going to be enough just to slow them down just a bit more. Delay 3 on top of it, and Quill 3 minutes in, and the Fishkissers pretty much just setting the pace.
Yeah, Fishkissers has just had absolute control in the game, getting a really good pick on opening, and they're just playing around the ledges of Mako so well. It's just like the other team just has nothing to help fix this issue. They're just locked out completely as Lily again taking an advantage, getting amazing flicks and getting that trade. That was fancy as they're now even. Kraken still exerting pressure as the Stamper just hangs out on the top of their spawn, popping the Zipkisser, and more players are coming in for Fishkissers.
Fishkissers again, still keeping up to this aggression. The pace is pretty much right in their favor. There is We Throwing still stuck at spawn there for the most part. It's gonna be another delayed wipe as Kraken gets the second pick onto the pencil right away. All the clans being tossed into Kraken, but they're just one short right now. No power clan is gonna be available right away. It is gonna give Izwi throwing a chance to fall back there if they're able to, but not before the first clan is gonna get cashed in. 23 points away from the KO. It could be the 100-0 here, but it looks like Izwi Thrun might be able to hold them off just for a little bit more. The penalty points not cleared out, but they're not going to pick up the free clam. That clam stays there where it stands. Jay is going to be the one lurking large, and Quill, it is still full on aggression. Even though they did not clear the penalty points, it's still looking really good.
Yeah, it looks amazing still as the Flash gets 2, right? Flash gets 3! Oh my goodness, they're just running behind them, just living in the most inconvenient spot for Izwi throwing. We keep seeing them get so aggressively positioned. That's another pick onto the Flash. Massive picks from the Crab. This looks like this might be the knockout, but it might actually, yes, that might be the knockout. They're 1 point away, and there it is, Hyun. That was such an impressive, constant aggression being put up by the Fishkissers as they take game 1 in a KO.
Response not quite there for Izwi throwing there from basically stuck in defense for a good chunk. There were maybe a few attempts for Izwi throwing to basically get their way back into this game, but to no success. The aggression was just a bit much for Izwi throwing to make this one count. And Quill, let's be honest here. That Splash gained the triple and the Crab just also gained the 4th pick into them. That was pretty nice.
That Splash gameplay we saw right at the end was honestly crazy. Splash nowadays is seen as supportive, but the Fish was just like, nope, we're gonna be aggro. I'd win these fights. It was really entertaining to see that really good crab positioning as well, and how it was able to just let the enemy, let your teammates get onto the Crab. There were so many times where the Crab allowed Jay and Lily to get into the enemy spawn. It was just such a masterclass in aggressive gameplay.
Now, for a hot second, I don't know if we are live, but we are aware of some. Yep. All right, and that's why that's immediately what we had to ask. By the way, shout out to our producer here getting us the relay. For those listening to the YouTube audience, you heard us. For those in the Twitch audience, well, hello, welcome back. So yeah, we're just getting a few things repaired there, but yeah, right away it was still great aggression from the Fishkissers, and now we're on to the second map right away. Hagglefish Market Zones there to speak of. Hopefully we can iron out all the tech issues right away. But Quill, we gone through the map that has been getting a surge of popularity. The next 2 maps are basically almost the final destinations or the most common picks you'll probably end up seeing there for Zones and Rainmaker respectively. So, and we're going to be entering the Zones one coming up.
Yeah, Hagglefish is your bread and butter. If there was a signature Zones map, like the vanilla ice cream of Zones, it'd be Hagglefish. It's been played since basically the beginning of the game, and it doesn't look like it'll be leaving the map rotation anytime soon. It's just such a staple of our competitive format. And I wonder what's going to be brought from each of the teams. I'm really curious to see if Lily will stay on that bucket, because their gameplay on it was just so impressive with all those flicks that they were getting. And I'm wondering if our Izwi throwing is going to actually get like a foot on the ground here. And I really hope they do to make this match even more interesting.
I think a lot of us are hoping that they're able to get themselves kickstarted there, because that was a very rough first map from a mental perspective there. Just game 100 Zelda in a very slow fashion. So looking for the rebound there. Trick, by the way, going to be dishing out the Dark Tetras there. That's going to be the Autobomb with the Reed Slider in play. A little bit of an interesting pick there, to say the least, because this is not one of those maps there where you can probably get full advantage with the Reed Slider unless you place it in great position. So I'm gonna be intrigued to see how this is all going to play out there. It's going to be 3 down. It was the first points for Izwi Throne, which is a great start, but this is going to be the great rebound here. Fishkissers once again going to be moving up. They will get the lead here shortly, and it is going to be, well, what I was going to say, Quill, is there is the lead, and then there is one play that has gone down. We're going to play this one up, though, for what it looks like.
Yeah, it's up to them to cancel the game. However, if they decide to play it out, there's not much we can do, as that clock keeps ticking down for the side of Fishkissers, but they're down their shot. That was their main entry tool with the Zuka, but now they don't have a way in, so it's up for them to just get picks as the pressure is continuous on the side of Izwi throwing, as they're just trying to get out as we now approach like the 30-point mark. This is getting scary. They already had that disconnect.
It's tricky. A perma 1 down situation, not the greatest feeling in the world there for Izwi throwing there because it just makes things so much more difficult. And as we're about to see right here, with about 3 ticks left, it is just going to be the end of that one. If results hold, will be a 2-0 set victory for the Fishkissers. But as we know, Quill with Loing, it is a play all 3. I like to call this. I like to call the third map for the team down 2-0 to be salvage mode. Basically, just try to end it off with a 1-2 set loss, but at least end it on a high note or a good note there for Iswi Thorn if they're able to do so.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for them, especially because their opening was so much better than their first game. I really do think the Tetras was a smart move, because it looked like even just the little amount of time that they had to show that off, I think they got more value than the other weapon pick that they did last game. So I really hope that adjustment stays for our next game.
Now, the big swap that we saw there, Quill, from map 2 was the switch over to the Dark Tetras. I would be stunned if they wanted to keep that, but I can probably see it in the context of Undertow Spillway Rainmaker coming up. But it's usually we would end up seeing a lot of those resliders in a lot of zones maps for the most part, or just trying to allow a lot more entry in, no matter which map mode it could be. But I'd be curious. But yeah, that opening was a good start. Look, and then of course we could have talked about the rebound there, but the perma 1 down situation was almost, for some, the writing on the wall was there at that point.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when you're down a player. Still waiting them to get into the lobby, though. What do you think is going to be brought to Undertow here? Undertow Rainmaker is also a staple Rainmaker map, and yeah. I wonder, what potential adjustments do you think they're going to be? Are we going to see them kind of stick with what they've been going, or maybe do you expect a blaster maybe being brought out instead of maybe a bucket?
I would not be shocked for the Fishkissers if they just kept the same weapons, excuse me, in the rotation. If it ain't broke, don't fix is always usually the phrase that a lot of teams may just run, and are like, maybe we can keep this up because it's worked so well against this team. Expect a lot of changes. Could theoretically be a blaster for Iswi throwing if they wanted to dish that one out. But they are not afraid to switch weapons based on the map context. So basically, don't be surprised if we do see weapon changes primarily from Iswi throwing, but and at the same time, don't be surprised if the Fishkissers keep their weapons along. What do you expect to see for the third map, though, Quill?
I would not be surprised to see the pencils trade off for a heavy edit, frankly. Heavy edit is really good with Rainmaker because heavy edit runs a lot of run speed, and as such, it makes it a really good Rainmaker carrier. It has better pop, it's more agile than a pencil. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the backlines opt for the Splatling instead of the pencil. And I think if whoever makes that adjustment might reap the benefits of it.
That's going to be the ultimate question, is who will have the better adjustments. Again, coming into the third map in this play all 3, where Iswi Throwing just needs to get on the board. And of course, for the Fishkissers, looking to see if they can finish off the set in grand style for the group. So ultimately, I don't be surprised if we do see those adjustments. And you know, there too, heavy edit would be a very solid pick, but it's really going to boil down to the team style overall and see which player is more comfortable using the weapons in question, to say the least. So Quill, this could be an intriguing third map. Of course, for Iswi Throwing just want to be on the board. I don't blame them. They're just going to still try to fight hard, especially this play all 3. The tiebreaker starts to matter here. And in this case, yeah, no weapon changes to speak of right away. On the other side, there's your heavy edit, the one you just called up, but this time will be on the side of Iswi Throwing.
Yes, I think Iswi Throwing making that adjustment might help them a lot here, because they do have a lot of pop power that might give them advantage here in this opening as we see that pop start to be contested, but instead of it being the purple, it is yellow going to the side of Fishkissers. We see... Oh no, not Fishkissers. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's for Fishkissers. Sorry.
You got it right. You got it right there.
Alright, and we see Snuka come out, getting picked on the pencil. This is huge. They won't have a cooler unless that already came out before. As we see the players of Fishkissers pushed up a little too far, getting punished, but Lily is still behind them, able to just weave in and out of those shots as we see Serval with the Rainmaker, but Lily's right at the doorstep. Nice. Getting the trade there.
Yeah, and Lily able to get that nice trade there, and what almost looked like it was a certainly strong push for Iswi Throwing, stalled behind, and we called out Lily's name a couple times already in this set here, Quill, where Lily's just getting so much value out of that vanilla slosher. Again, gain some key flicks there, is able to turn that advantage around for the Fishkissers. And by the way, one other weapon change to note there, Quill, that we haven't called out there is Trick goes to the Dark Tetra to the Wiper there. So you got the Ultra Champ and a little bit more aggression, moving a little bit more forward if they need to do so. Fortunately, called out their name, they just go down just like that. Delayed 3, made that a delayed wipeout as well. Kraken's gonna be the one picking up this Rainmaker. Lead not only changes hands, should be the checkpoint coming up here for the Fishkissers, which it will be. Checkpoint already cleared for the Fishkissers here, Quill.
And we see fishkissers getting that checkpoint pretty confidently, uncontested, as really great grab and strike placement from it as well. Just able to find so much. Oh, no. That's a double. That's a triple. As it looks like the game might end right here, and no, it doesn't. They're left at one with Garvey being one of the few people fighting. Zuka comes out, but not quite enough. As we see finally our Izwi throwing finally picks up the Rainmaker and drops it off their plat, trying to take advantage of this 2-up situation on their part.
How on earth, Quill, did the rest of Izwi throwing able to hold that off for as long as they could, despite 2 of their own members going down to a Rainmaker shot? That was a little silly, but also clutch there, because at least it gives Izwi throwing a chance to come back. Now, 1 point remain, of course, is a really strong push right out of the gate for the Fishkissers. Ultimately, you don't be surprised if they opt to play defensively, for a good chunk of this. Rainmaker, by the way, is going to get reset here, but Quill, I need to ask you this important question there. Well, 2 members and 3 members have gone. I was about to ask you if Izwi throwing what are the things they need to do to win the 3rd map, but right now they're going to be multiple members down. So but Trick might have a trick up their sleeves there, but the Rainmaker's being fished around right there. Garfy finally gets trade off in this one. It's a really messy fight, but it's going to end with Jay going down, followed by the Rainmaker bubble blasted away, and High LOL is going to be there to get the other pick as well. Pace is slowed down. Quill, what do Izwi throwing need to do to at least get the 3rd map?
Izwi throwing needs to take fights as a team. The Wiper and the Bucket are able to pair so well together and skirmish incredibly, but we just keep seeing them get separated and picked off from the players of Fishkissers. They need to just be together, fight together. They have such strong weapons and specials. They should be able to get something done. But they can't do anything when they have Lily and the members of Fishkissers always up in their face, saying, we're here to fight you, Yon. It's honestly just non-stop aggression from Fishkissers, and this could be the KO if they manage. No, it's not.
It's the second time. Yeah, I was gonna say it's the second time the Fishkissers tried to slam this one home. Get the exclamation mark. Now they get it the 3rd time. 3rd time's the charm there. Great stops overall from Izwi throwing, but just not enough oomph left in the tank to basically get the to basically stop it the 3rd time. And Quill, I did note though for the Fishkissers that winning this set 3-0 will be the exclamation mark. How about a KO in Undertow Rainmaker to wrap that one up?
Oh goodness, KOing Undertow Rainmaker can be a nightmare, but they managed to do it. It took them 3 times, but like you said, John, 3rd time is the charm. It's not going to be the end for Izwi throwing though. This is only the 1st round, so who knows? They could make a really strong comeback, and I hope they do, because I did like the Wiper pick there. Trick did some really good plays, but unfortunately, a 1-man army isn't enough to solve the issue.
Yeah, 1-man army for Trick, especially dishing out many different weapons across the 3 maps. Just wasn't enough. Their Fishkissers' aggression was just crazy that we saw. Lily also just going off as well, with the Slosher on top of it too, was also posing a lot of problems for Izwi throwing, and it just kind of made things a little bit more difficult for the group. So but hey, that's how it works sometimes. First game, by the way, will be the Fishkissers going 3-0. We do have your live updates there with. Okay, I do see the Team Sigmas in chat. That's all just sending me back here.
Let's go.
Yeah, any teams that you can see right at the gate here from Group A Round 1, Quill?
I like 400 kilometers per hour last wagon. You can't read that whole one, but they're 1-1 against Brigado Movie. That's a good pickup name. I like that. We see let me see. We have Moonshine going 3-0 against Inkwat Dropouts. We have Fearless going 3-0 against Camp Flyfish, and Calamity Forge Neo going 3-0 of Where the Ink Blooms. I want to look out for all those teams I mentioned because I know they're really strong.
Yeah, and a lot of the strong teams that are willing to be that are competing this month's lowing, especially Calamity Force, that you've noted there. 2-3-0 was a great start for the team. I think they actually went with a slightly different name from last month's lowing, to my recollection. So they got the group all back together here, and they're starting this one off strong 3-0. Inkbound also rebounding back 3-0 against Red Leviathans here in Group A. If we're able to get to Group B, that would be awesome. But we'll see when we get that spot over. But yeah, that's what we're seeing right away from Group A, round 1 for this group. And I think there are other teams you may have also know there too. Is Celestial 3-0 over Magical Cure Love Shot, but that team's been making a lot of rounds throughout the competitors.
Yeah, they're all really Magical Cure Love Shot. I think recently they got an upset in SOS when they were playing with This Is Fine. I believe that was just like this last Wednesday, no?
Yeah, it might have been this past Wednesday. The time is also just an imaginary concept for me, so it could have easily been last Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was on stream. I do currently we're seeing just a couple matches finish up, as round 2 should be happening soon. We see a lot of 1-1s as well.
Hey.
Oh, there's Group B. All right, we see. Let's see.
Anything that you notice?
I like X Name versus Magic Beans, currently 1-1. I know both of those teams are pretty strong, and I feel like that's a really, really rough round 1 for both of them, because that's gonna be tooth and nail. There's also Tidy Tidings, I know, has been making waves in a lot of EU tournaments, and they're, of course, up 2-0 against Bluefish. And, I really would like to see how they're going to perform this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see how a lot of these teams that I noted here. Honor Bound 3-0 was another one that there as well. Royalty 2-1. I did remember seeing that team in the grand finals of Lowing last month, just falling a bit short to the eventual winners of Sigma on Earth. On that side, so I'll be curious to see how that team plays out. Biscuit Bandits, a team that I literally just heard of earlier today, with that 2-1. I find it funny that the whip raise versus Sammy is a narcissist is playing. The lowest whip raise from Riptide of a month ago is just giving me memories there on top. So that was what was sending me back there, Quill. That's Quill there as well. But a lot of results are going to be coming in. Round 2, as you know there earlier, is going to be coming up here soon. But we're going to go ahead, just get a quick little break and get people just get people time stretch or whatever you want. That was a great first round that we saw earlier today, of course, with the 3-0 victory for the Fishkissers. But when we come back, we will get round 2 all squared up and ready to go. So you don't want to miss a thing. You're watching Link here on IPL. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to round 2. Don't worry, there was some silliness that happened. You guys do not need to know what exactly happened here. I'm still Kyon. Quill is still with me for this one. The other team is set up and ready to go. We're gonna jump right into this real quickly here. It is High Voltage versus the Slam Blitzers. Round 2 is gonna be and that is our team here out of Group B. Both teams should be established based on the tags, so that's what we're dealing with here. But let's go straight into the maps for everybody to get ready to go. It's the staple of tower control: Inkblood, our Academy tower control, Scorch Gorge, Clam Blitz, Mako Zones will be the finisher for this second set. Quill, I rapid fired everything. What are your thoughts coming into this round 2?
Personally, I'm really curious to see how each team is gonna play out because, you know, I've heard of the Slam Blitzers, but High Voltage is a new team to me personally. I mean, I think I recognize at least one or two of the players, but otherwise, I'm just curious, frankly. I mean, what can happen? Tower Control Inkblood Art Academy is a pretty staple tower control map, and I want to see what AoE weapons that they're gonna bring because you need AoE for tower control. And frankly, I mean, what's going to be picked? Maybe we'll see something niche, maybe we'll see something new, but frankly, all I know is it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and yeah, this should be a very high-powered matchup. I like to say here for both the teams that we got. Just gonna quickly try to dig up what we got record-wise for the teams here. Slam Blitzers currently 0-1, and High Voltage also 0-1 as well for both these teams. So both teams looking to be on the board to get this show on the road. Slam Blitzers, by the way, going to be on the Alpha side. Your High Voltage is going to be on Bravo side. Taking a look at the weapons, Tri-Stringer enthusiasts, be happy. It's making an appearance, but otherwise, what do you see here, Quill?
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so interesting because we see double strikes from the side of the Slam Blitzers. We see the Carbon Roller, which is something that usually isn't on tower control, but something interesting. We see Jason on that bucket, already getting poked by the brush. I do like the coolerless playstyle coming out from High Voltage, something that you really don't see. And the Tri-Stringer as well, as you pointed out earlier, Con, is really gonna be a fun little thing, and that might make this Carbon Roller's life a little more difficult with the Killer Whale and all the chip damage it can deal out, as we see the trade coming out on top of that stack as we're 3-2 right now as Voltage takes the tower, as Frenzy is just moving in with that rush and just putting so much pressure in their bats already.
Yeah, already there is so much pressure into the bats to the point where the first checkpoint not only cleared out, their High Voltage is still very much in their base, but they're looking to be punished here in just a few quick moments. Their brush goes down on top of it, and they're just gonna have to back off for just a bit more, just to only build themselves some space. Buy themselves a little bit more time. They do clear out 3 members out of there. It's gonna be the checkpoint once again being pursued here for on the second side. Eden's gonna be the one riding this one. Putty gonna be trying to be in position and use the rail to their liking, but ultimately holding off there. And so far, right out of the gate, this the rest of High Voltage is basically making their way through already deep into their base, trying to collapse all of them. It's 3 down. This is looking really solid right now for High Voltage here, Quill.
Oh, absolutely. You can see the players of High Voltage are currently in a frenzy, for lack of a better term, as they just keep beating down the players with Slam Blitzers, as it's just that Carbon. Look, getting the tower pick, that was a really good shark there from damage, as we see them just try and hold it off, but no, the tower's taken once again with Types, taking them out, as there's a bit of a struggle, but the players of Slam Blitzers finally take control of that tower, as Putty is made to retreat with Eden trying to shark and get maybe 1 or 2 lucky picks, as we see Mikey getting close. Is Eden gonna get that pick? No, Mikey takes them out.
Yeah, I like the idea that they had with the sharking attempt. They're just great patience overall from the Slam Blitzers, or excuse me, from the Slam Blitzers there. But if they do get collapse on 3 down. But more importantly, because this is tower control, the tower resets once more. They will have to just fight their way back to the third checkpoint. They're gonna just look for that KO, which is looking really likely here. The rest of the team takes 3 members out of that entire picture. Jason, the only one that is still trying to defend the base builder. My card roller, by the way, is gonna go down on top of it. Putty in great position, takes 1 member out. Jason's down on top of it. This Tri-Stringer gets 2 right away. Could be looking for the third, but has to escape from the other side. That's 2 crucial picks that pretty much builds up the space that High Voltage needs. and this tower is pretty much stuck between checkpoint 2 and that was once there as well.
Yeah, Tri-Stringer fans unite as we see that they just keep exerting so much pressure and getting so many incredible picks, even winning some up-close 1v1s as the pressure is not stopping with damage on the tower, however. As the question is currently a 1v1 going on, but Type comes and makes it a 2v1 as we see the Carbon going down. The players on the side of High Voltage have just had the Slam Blitzers and a non-stop stagger this whole game. However, we see, yep, there it goes again with 3 going down on the side of the Slam Blitzers. So it looks like that's going to be game right here as they're left at 2 points left. God.
I'll cover you real quickly here, but it looks like that should be the game coming up here. There is now no defense whatsoever. I was wondering what the trip strike usage was there for, because normally you would see the trip strike trying to secure the tower all the way home in that situation, but nevertheless the result, it does end in a KO to get this show on the road. High Voltage takes game 1 here in this second set, and pretty much what it was very much High Voltage's game from start to finish.
Oh yes, indeed. It really in an orthodox comp, usually the only painting weapon that they had out there was the T-Tech, I believe, and having that brush and the wiper, they could just put up so much offensive skirmishy pressure that you're running circles around the enemy. And the Tri-Stringer as well, while kind of a niche pick, it's able to just zone out pretty well and establish a lot of chip damage that basically every weapon on the team can take advantage of. And now it's just, you have to, if you're Slam Blitzers, you need to find out how to fight this. How do you want to go about fighting a team like this? Because they're going to just constantly engage in these 1v1s and force you to take fights with them. How do you win those? And how do you ensure that you are all alive to move up?
With what you saw for the Slam Blitzers, especially with them being stuck in a stagger position, with the way their comp was originally set up, with Scorch Lord Clam Blitz being obviously different map mode, would that help their cause, or would they still have to figure out the puzzle first?
I feel like they might have to figure this out still, because Clam Blitz is really one of the strengths for Voltage was, again, it's the brush and the wiper, and this map and this mode is really good for both of those weapons, so I feel like they're going to have to make an adjustment, and it's not going to be just the map or mode that saves them here.
Yeah, and that's going to be the ultimate question, is if the Slam Blitzers can find a response. Again, rough map 1 for the groups. They're going to have to look for the rebound here and see if they can make this one count. If I'm not mistaken here, I think there's very minimal weapon changes, if any, there between both these teams. It looks like it's going to be as similar as we can get from map number 1.
Yeah, we really see no major changes except, no wait, we do see a change. I believe there's now a shot on the side of...
That's what I thought from the Slam Blitzers.
Yeah, on the side of Slam Blitzers. I believe that's a change, I'm not sure, but we do see double splatter shot coming out. There's 2 different types. We see Eden just trying to make some pushes, as again, it's just High Voltage just keeping up the offensive pressure as the players of hammer throw moment, but you've just seen constant pressure coming out from High Voltage.
Yeah, and this exact thing, which is similar to what we saw from set number 1, is the team is just willing to move forward, and the rest of Slam Blitzers are basically a few steps behind to make that one count. Which, for the record, already 2 power clams in to cut this halfway through into the score. Frenzy's already on the other side, not able to catch on the clams, surprisingly enough, and it is going to be the very backup. Slam Blitzers do hold off that push for a little bit longer. What a strong opening push, though, already cutting the point range to halfway, and High Voltage is pretty much continuing that non-stop pressure that we kept alluding to.
48 is such a deep cut on this map, especially in Clam Blitz. You have to put in so many clam baskets in, but you can't score if Frenzy's behind you, getting constant picks. So there's Jason trying to track down that pesky little brush with Putty and Frenzy both being up there. It's just non-stop pressure as another clam goes in. It's just, they won't let up. They will not give Slam Blitzers a chance to breathe as the score might tick down. 48 with only 6 penalty. Are they going to get anything in? Yes! We see the penalties start to go away. 49, 44, 35. We see that number just slowly get lower and lower as eventually they're forced to retreat. A really smart choice to retreat there too, as they were losing the numbers battle there.
Losing the numbers advantage is one thing, but that push also got what it needed to do with catching in all the clams that they needed. Now they realize, all right, there's not enough. We don't have enough clams to even continue the push, even if we wanted to keep that aggression going. Which that's what we saw right away. And the Slam Blitzers are still stuck into the stagger that here. Members once again going down. They're having to constantly retreat back, trying to give themselves the space that they need, just try to find any sort of advantage that they have. But we're seeing High Voltage effectively just run circles around them. Maybe the pick from Mikey could help there as they take out Eden, who has been delivering so much value with just that stamp and the wiper alone. Zuga's being fired on the Frenzy. That's target number 1. That's what the Slam Blitzers wanted to eliminate there, as Frenzy was giving them a lot of problems. But even with that pick, where does it lead to next? Type has to retreat here as well. High Voltage, they're still keeping up with a lot of turn advantage that we're seeing right away. Slam Blitzers are just trying to get any ground as much as they can.
Yeah, the thing is, Slam Blitzers, they just keep having their cooler weapon go down, and you can't do anything into this team without having that quicker respawn. However, we finally see them starting to move up. They still only have like they have one power clamp in their hands. However, they do have one in the bag. I did just say that, and then they died. Commentators curse. But
of course.
We do see Jason being able to take some really good picks and being more of an anchor here, letting their teammates jump in, taking out that hammer as well. That might be a really big pick and finally enable the players of Slam Blitzers to get into the base.
One of the trickiest things you're gonna have here if you're using an Ultra Stamp is because of all the recent changes for the Ultra Stamp, however many patches ago, makes it so much easier for the enemy team to just fire right in front of you, and you can just go down like that. So just going down in a straight line got them picked off very quickly there, as this is now the first punch right away. They catch it on both power clams. That's what they wanted so far. They're gonna have to retreat here, as it is gonna be a staggered 3. The coolers actually dished out right in front, so they're having to rely on the jumps to pick up the sodas in, and even so, the barrier does go back up. That's already points down. It gives themselves a little bit more cushion to see if they can continue to be a little bit more aggressive. They're gonna need a little bit more here as well.
Yeah, I do believe that there is a way for the Slam Blitzers to fully turn it around. They got that push up way better than they did last game. They have the pieces in place. They need to just properly put them together. And it's all up to whether or not they just get the perfect amount of picks and special outputs, but it doesn't look like that's the case, as it looks like the players of High Voltage are going to score once again with Frenzy with 7 clams, looking for an 8th clam to maybe try to skip up as the power clam jumps in.
Power clam just gonna jump in, and that just seals it entirely. To the big there was just a pathway carved out somehow, and even able to maneuver through, able to swim through it on top just to avoid going down, just pretty much steal the end of it for High Voltage. The second KO in this second set already. It is going to be a 2-0 set victory, but of course it's play all 3 salvage mode time for the Slam Blitzers, and Slam Blitzers. Almost a chance for them to come back, but just got the door slammed shut on them with that powerful push at the end there, Quill.
Yeah, they just need to have proper response to the brush and the wiper, because those 2 weapons will just keep taking you down, and the only midline they really had was the heavy edit. But I don't know, maybe they might just need to bring another midline into this, maybe a bucket, especially for Zone's Mako, because I do know instead running a bucket here is very, very strong, and it can complement the carbon that they have really well. So I'm curious to see what adjustments they'll make to try and just take one game off of this impenetrable High Voltage team.
And this High Voltage team has been running circles around them. Again, the second map this time, the other team, Slam Blitzers finally get a score, but it felt like High Voltage was once again setting the pace for them. Feels like for the Slam Blitzers, though, Quill, as they already know they're gonna have the 0-2 set record. Excuse me, but what do you think they're gonna have to do for the third map in this playoff 3, just to at least get something on the board, and at least and hopefully get that translated into the third round coming up?
Yeah, well, we did see that game 2 went better for them than that game 1. So if I'm on the Slam Blitzers, I don't feel horrible. Because, hey, look, we got something on the board. We had a decent push. We were able to defend a couple times. So it's clear, like, there is something here that works, right? There's something that we can do. We just have to optimize it. There's still hope. Like, it wasn't domination. We got this. There's something to do. We know what adjustment to make. And I hope that they make this adjustment, because they were so close last game. Just the 1 or 2 plays that messed up cost them that game. And I'm so excited to see what they bring to Mako here.
One of the things I'm also going to allude to as well, because you know the 1 or 2 plays that happened. Frenzy Splat Bomb taking out, I believe, the Carbon Roller, or taking out another member, excuse me, from the Slam Blitzers. Almost just made it so that they were stuck in a really critical stagger position. So let's see what the adjustments they have. Slam Blitzers decide, all right, let's just throw different weapons here and hope that we can get some of them to stick. It's the Nautilus with the triple splash and the pencil this go around, and the splash. 3 weapons now on the side of Slam Blitzers that were swapped off.
Oh yes, I feel like the Nautilus is actually a really great move because Not is just able to handle the brush and the Wiper really well. As we see, they do have opening zone control, and like I said, the brush goes down with damage, just able to exert a lot of distance pressure, only to go down with an unfortunate Wiper pincer. That was a really good play from Eden as they start to take the lead with painting for a hammer, but they have a crab online on the side of Slam Blitzers, so they're not out of the clear yet.
Yeah, the big thing you're gonna be curious here about is if that crab can provide a lot of value there, and also how do you shut down the double skirmishers there in Eden and the brush on top of it as well, as the rest of Slam Blitzers are still trying to look for answers right away. T-Tech is gonna go down. There is that wheel that was popped off there from Putty on high voltages, and they at least force penalty points at the very least on high voltages end. That's at least a little bit of a victory there, but the zone's stuck in neutral for about a few more seconds. High voltage will get that one back. Can Putty take out Jason? Yes, they will. They are having to defend this left stack though, which is going to give up a little bit more ground. But so far, things are looking a little bit better here for the Slam Blitzers.
Yeah, we do see that Nautilus is being able to take down both the brush and the pencil not the pencil, both the brush and the Wiper really effectively, but just one weapon doing that isn't enough when you have all of them just coming back so quickly. However, the splashdown takes out Frenzy. It's a 2-down situation to the side of high voltage, and we see 3 down now. It's just the Wiper as they finally get control of zone again with damage positioned really well on that stack, but the hammer comes out from the two.
How did Eden just find an opening from the right stack? Digital the Ultra Slam provides the biggest jump scare you could probably give to the Slam Blitzers for any chance that they had with that push going. The zone stuck in a neutral state there. There's a lot of pain being dished out there from high voltage, and that's a great play from Eden to at least stop any chances of that push from getting out of control. And now Slam Blitzers having to reset here just a few much further. Frenzy is going to go down. They're looking to just try to find value on top of it, but this is looking to be a slightly better response so far. Slam Blitzers is still trading zones, but high voltage, of course, the team that has been playing very well in this set, is still keeping this one pretty tight. They're trying to defend this with all their might, but this has been a very messy fight, and high voltage will come on top of with the delayed 3 down.
We keep seeing Eden just playing off of their teammates so well, using that hammer again, getting that double, and also just playing around the specials. We can see how massively they're just hiding from the crab, making sure it gets no value as it threatens to rush it once it's done. And we see that happen with Jason being taken out right out of the crab. We're out of penalty zone here, and now we're going into raw points. And if I'm on the Slam Blitzers, I only have one more opportunity to push, but I might not have that for long as my teammates keep going down as Eden is in our spawn plat.
It's Eden's show this time. Eden and Frenzy delivering the duo show of a lifetime, but they left the zone available for the taking for the Slam Blitzers. But the duel of Eden and Frenzy has just been causing so many headaches there for the Slam Blitzers. It's really showing a testament to how much value they're just getting out of these picks, and just surprising the Slam Blitzers whichever way around. Whether they're just trying to skirmish against them or just trying to see if they can find any value, which we call out Frenzy's name as part of that duel, already taking out Surimi on top of it. There's that whale, and that is a wipeout with Frenzy getting 2 of them, and Eden setting up with the Ultra Stamp. High voltage is just playing masterfully right now.
High voltage's gameplay with the Wiper and the brush, there's a reason why some off-meta teams at all levels have been playing both of those together, because it's such a powerful, intimidating, skirmishy combo, as we are once again getting out of the penalty territory, as we have 17 clocks on the count, 2 down on the side of high voltage. This might be the last chance for the Slam Blitzers to keep them in this game, and they keep in it. They're chewing away their own penalty points. Now 32 penalty is slapped on to high voltage.
32 penalty points are applied to high voltage. but Slam Blitzers' time is not on their side here with 45 seconds left. High Voltage, really just any stop for them is going to be just enough. There is an Ultra Stamp that is just readily available. Now they're just trying to roar from the other side, but Frenzy's going to be the one to set that one up, and Eden follows it up with another Slam Home onto Serena, who is the pencil player on top of it. Jason, they know where Jason is, lurking them from the other side, and that will be the splash going down. Now 2 members are going to get the staggered respawns here. Penalty points cleared out on top of it. Frenzy and Eden now looking at the left-hand side with Hoodie and Type trying to surround the right, and they do lose Eden. This is now Desperation Painting territory here, but they lose 2, they lose 3, and Frenzy with the triple shuts the door home for the Slam Blitzers to crawl back, and High Voltage will take this one home with a 3-0, all of them being KOs.
It was now or never for the Slam Blitzers, but Frenzy just said, nah, you know what? I'm gonna kill all of you. That was impressive. Just seeing the gameplay between Eden and Frenzy was so amazing, and having Typh and Putty just keep churning out paint, ensuring zone control. It was really just an amazing balance between their players. It was just a fun game to watch. And we kept seeing the Slam Blitzers get so close. Each game kept getting closer. There were times where it looked like they might be able to hold this, but it was just not enough. Good job to both of them, because even though it was a 3-0 sweep in favor of High Voltage, the last 2 games were pretty close.
Slam Blitzers can at least, if there's anything for Slam Blitzers, just carrying what they had from the past 2 games, and just try to see if they can piece it all together from round 3 onwards in this lowing gauntlet is going to be the big thing. But High Voltage, there was so much energy coming out of High Voltage. Let's be honest there, Quill, with Eden Frenzy setting everything up with and Type and Putty doing all their part to help support them was incredible to see. So that was awesome to see from the High Voltage. But that wraps up that round 2. We got some scoreboards. Wow, we got some scores across Group B here that we'll take note of here with some matches happening in progress. Anything that you've noticed so far, Quill?
I know there's been some fuss around the Hybrid family recently with how well they've been performing in low-level tournaments. They're currently 1-1 against everyone's favorite, the Whip Rays, and I wonder how that match is going to go, because I know the Whip Rays are well-loved veterans of the scene, while the Hybrid family is kind of the new kids on the block here. They came here to upset, but 1-1, this must be really close.
New versus old, new kids on the block versus old kids on the block. I guess that kind of works out in my silly little head there for the most part. But so we're gonna be intrigued to see how that one goes. The matches that I'm noting here as well, with Honor Bound losing 2-1 to Sonori and Kamita. There from what I see, Royalty 3-0 as well, keeping that one up against Nonbinary Fuss. Nonbinary Fuss, of course, has been making splashes throughout as well. And interesting other results as well. Magic Beans 2-1 over the title Tempest. So far, a lot of intriguing results that we're seeing out of this group.
Yes, I do like, again, Tidy Tidings, a team that I pointed out earlier, going again 3-0. They've been having some really consistent results. I feel like they have a real chance on getting something going here. There's also Chroma losing 1-2 to Nah-Eyed Ink. Chroma's been a really, really strong low-level team, and I feel like they can absolutely bounce back from a 1-2 loss super easily.
I would love to see if Chroma can rebound just a bit back. They're just a really strong team overall. Love to see how Chroma can perform throughout the rest of this low area here. Again, I feel day one itself is gone with 6 rounds that every team is going to play through. Of course, having the chance to go for Alpha being the main goal, or getting to Beta or Gamma, whatever the goals the team will have is going to be the important thing here. So the gauntlet still keeps going. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be coming up there. We'll get the Group A round 2 scoreboards right now, right on time. It has arrived. What do you see so far out of Group A that might intrigue you?
We see, again, Calamity Forge Neo taking 3-0 over Sweet and Delicious. We see our last round's cast, the Fishkissers, 3-0 over Korean's Gas. And my favorite team, 400 kilometers for our last wagon. The Autobot. So he's taking 1-2 over Cerulean Seafoam.
Okay, so I'm sure you want to know the worst part is I swear we had a discussion about the last swing off Autobahn team, or I guess I'm gonna have to just shorten them to the Autobahn team throughout. The team I believe translates to is 400 kilometers an hour, truck on a highway, which there is the Autobahn system in Germany for those who are very curious. Or yeah, I know. The production is telling me that Autobahn is a real word. Excuse me, I said real world. That's a good sign for where my brain's at today. But that is still a great team name. I hope that team goes further just for my sake. Inkbound, by the way, 3-0 over TMC as well. What else did you notice?
Funny team name I just noticed. I don't know how I didn't pick this up. The British Empire. They lost 0-3 to the Dash Before Time. I wonder, Dash Before Time, I believe, aren't they high seeded in this group, I believe? Let me check, because I'm pretty sure I saw them as like one of the really high seeded groups. But regardless, we also see Moonshine 1-1 versus Death by 100 paper cuts as well. That's a mess.
I don't think one wants to lose to 100 paper cuts in reality. I think that'd be really painful. But yeah, no, Moonshine stuck in the 1-1 tie. Now officially a 2-1 score. Got a good live updates there. It is always awesome to see.
Yes, we see Roulette 3-0 over Shellfire. Magical Tier Love Shot taking 3-0 over Cardinal Cephalopods. We also see This Is Fine going 2-1 over Last Squid Sending. I know This Is Fine is a crowd favorite. Like, everyone loves This Is Fine. It's totally deserved.
And hey, the crowd favorite going 2-1. That's a really scoreboard. I've seen Last Squid Sending and also in other tournaments there too. Gonna be curious to see how they perform. Of course, they'll have to take the L on This Is Fine there for this particular round. Well, all the scores are coming in. Group A round 2 is wrapped up. I believe Group B might still be in progress or might be close to wrapping up. We're gonna take a quick break. Rest our voices for round 3. Round 3 here. We'll get the next setup ready to go. And while I'm busy trying to figure out how to pronounce certain words today, we'll be back here for round 3 in just a quick moment. So you don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Woo! Hip hip cheerio, everyone! Welcome back to Low Ink October 2024. You're probably wondering why I have this silly accent on, but I'm here. I'm Quill, and I'm here with Kyon once again. We have a goofy little match for you: the British Empire versus what is it again? Versus Sea Dragons.
I'm good. If teams are just gonna give if teams had to rate the action, I think I'm gonna get complaints in my fan box later. Excuse me, the fan mail later. So well done, but also that threw me off for a bit. Thanks for waking me up. Yeah, British Empire versus Sea Dragons is gonna be the next match coming up there. By the way, I've noted earlier was the game check's actually really clever. It's the shape of a flag, and I think we're still trying to get the origins of Sea Dragons gamer tags, or Sea Bunny. Wow, I'm totally paying attention. So hey, that's our matchup coming up here. We do have our 3 maps here. I'll get Quill. It's Rainmaker, Humpback, Pump Track. It's map number 1. That's what they're ready to go for. Ship Shape, Tower Control, and Crab Leg Clam Blitz for the finisher. Should be a lot of fun, Quill.
Yes, it's gonna be so much fun. Both teams are currently 1-1, so whoever takes this is gonna be up 2 actually when it comes to today. So as you're halfway through the tournament, you want to be always up in games, you know? As we see, We're going to start opening up on Humpback Pump Track. This is a really good map for Slosher, so I wouldn't be surprised to especially see a Tri-Slosher come out here. What about you?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Slosher come out either, but the bigger surprise is the appearance of Nautilus, the Tri-String, the Inkling Tri-String with the chumps making its appearance, and the Dart Tetras. I feel like I am experiencing a very different weapon combination I'm not used to seeing before. British Empire, by the way, is gonna be on the Alpha side. Bravo side is gonna be Sea Dragons. We got some intriguing weapons to say the least, though. Well,
absolutely. We see that the Sea Dragons are opting for a combat use more like we see on this map. The edit is really good here. However, weapons don't make a win or lose situation. As we see 2 down on both sides. The British Empire are able to get early capitalization on the Rainmaker as Goldie is holding that, trying to stay alive through the Trizuka and actually gets the pick.
Yeah, able to get through, but only able to end this one off in a trade. But there's still members that are going down there for from what we see. Only just the 21 points cashed in right away for the British Empire there, and it looks like it will be Sea Dragons are looking to just pick up this Rainmaker with with the Rainmaker holder being the one to cash this one through. 50 seconds left until it should be the lead change. Should be the early lead change. Yes, just moving a little bit forward will do just that. Neon, by the way, is going to go down on top of it. 2 members down on both sides. No checkpoint to speak of. Mr. Saturn does get one there with the blaster, taking out Goldie on top of it. And it's kind of seeing a bit of a small little neutral game there. No checkpoint to cleared, so to speak, here, Quill.
Yes, Mr. Saturn's blaster positioning has been really good. They just keep hugging that ledge, keeping enough to... Ooh! Incredible splashdown cancel as well. This is really impressive blaster gameplay as we see a trade coming up. That's 3 down for the side of the British Empire.
Yeah, 3 down on the British Empire, but also 3 down on the Sea Dragons. It will be enough space for Mr. Saturn to break through, as they're going to use that Kraken from the custom range blaster to make this one count. Jaden is going to go down on top of it. Kraken's going to get a second pick on top of it. That will be the checkpoint for sure. Clear. British Empire going to be down on checkpoint, as Sea Dragon's going to be the one. It's gonna be the one pushing up with this aggression that they take out the Zap, they take out the Nautilus, and now Oro's gonna be the one picking up this Rainmaker here. 45 points made and still counting down, but they are gonna go 2 down on top of British Empire, which should be able to collapse on this one here shortly, unless they're looking to stop at the Rainmaker. But somehow though, we're seeing 8 this time holding on to this Rainmaker, only for a few extra seconds before realizing, all right, that's probably enough now.
Yes, we see the British Empire finally getting numbers control here, as there's only 2 players in mid currently. We see Neon getting ready to go and move up. You see they just start to move up slowly, steadily, but then keeping engagement. Really massive pick on the blaster, massive double coming from Neon. This is Tetris right now just keeping such amazing flanks and positions, as we see him engage with the bucket as well, trying to get a 3rd pick. But the Rainmaker is in a really odd position right now.
I believe the only reason why the Rainmaker is where it stands is that a member of the British Empire was going to take it up the rails, but got picked mid-air, forcing the Rainmaker to be reset where it stood, finally touching ground and at that stage, and able to put the Rainmaker in a position where Sea Dragons are going to have to contest and try to push themselves up forward, but they're gonna waste no time. Mr. Saturn gets another double that to add to their stat count, as the Rainmaker is gonna be stuck where it stands. It will be Goldie going down on top of it too. 8's gonna be one handling this Rainmaker duties here. 2 members going down. Stagger's respawns coming up here shortly, as these will be points cashed in. 8 and everybody else is trying to cash in on this one. No picks to be aware of. Sea Dragons takes home game 1 here in round 3.
Yeah, the mighty British Empire were not able to stop the Sea Dragons. They say the British Empire rolled the seas. Maybe it was actually, maybe that's not true. Maybe it was the Sea Dragons instead. I would like to point out here, Mr. Saturn in the Blaster was absolutely insane. Just the positioning and the amount of value that they always got out of the Kraken, out of every move they made. It felt like they just got value. There was so much value. It's just like, when Mr. Saturn was up, the British Empire couldn't do anything about it.
How about the doubles that we saw there from Mr. Sound with the Blaster? I know Blaster as well. The rest of the team obviously did their part with 8 playing patient, but Mr. Saturn's Blaster value was pretty much incredible to watch.
Oh yeah, it was so great. Neon actually played on Tetris really well. There was a couple of really good plays made from Neon as well on the Tetras. I feel like if they just were able to have that team support, this game could have gone very differently. Because I believe towards the end of the game, just the fact they couldn't get the Rainmaker out of base was a big mess up on their part. They just needed to get it out and on the ground. It took them more than one try to do it. Especially as that Tetra got so many picks, I was confused as to why the Rainmaker was all the way back there.
But we can only answer that for another time. By the way, the second map is going to be coming up here. Ship-shaped cargo code tower control is going to be the one coming up here. I just get a few quick thoughts in as the map's going to be spawning. And don't be surprised if Neon stays in the dark Tetris there. This is a great reef slider map to say the least. But in the context of tower control, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they opt to switch out of it, which is actually just going to keep the same weapons directly on the British Empire side. I believe on the other side there are 2 weapon changes to sort of speak. 8's on the shot, and it will be Olo or I think is what I pronounce him earlier, but I'll say Olo in this case with the Neo Splash.
Certainly, some nice changes I feel were necessary. The Blaster on this map is so nice. There's so much power AoE. However, we just see Neon just playing incredibly aggressive on this opening, keeping 2 of the players with the Sea Dragons on them. As we see them get a little bit of value, but not enough. As we see an early wipeout in favor of Sea Dragons, with Olo taking this tower and farming for a strike to try and continue the push as the nuke comes out.
The unfortunate thing too is with the wipeout, this just sets the pace for Sea Dragons to just play aggressive. This is a very snowballing map between map 1 and 2. That tower is just going to get so many points on the board. Valencia is just going to be riding that tower for all their might, while the rest of the team goes and play mop-up duty here, as it's 3 members down, and this push will still keep going along. Valencia just takes them all off the tower just for a quick moment there. It will be the second checkpoint clear. Could just be the game already, as we speak, with about less than a minute 15 to go. The rest of the British Empire, no chance to respond at all. 3 team play triples is enough to seal it. Less than a minute and a half went off the clock, and that was already a KO for the Sea Dragons here, Quill.
Yes, that was incredible. The fact this map is so snowbally, but when you get to that second check, that's really the only that's your last bastion to stand. It's a really good checkpoint from a defensive standpoint, but Mr. Saturn just took that so quickly when they were pushing that the members of the British Empire just couldn't do anything about it. That opening just did not go in their favor, and they were just left in a constant stagger. They have things that they have to deal with it. Like Neon almost got a lot of value in their opening. They just need to make sure that they engage in these team fights properly.
I got some rapid fire stats here for you while we cure ourselves from Crab Lake Capital Clan Blitz. All fights were not only huge team fight losses for the British Empire. The game ended in 1 minute and 8 seconds. That was basically as dominant as you could possibly get from a team playing ship-shaped cargo code tower control. And yeah, there too, Mr. Saturn just doing their part, but this was a crazy team effort all around. And that was a very rough start for the British Empire. It's at that point you just have to just wipe away what happened in the second map and just look forward to the third one. The set already ends 2-0 for Sea Dragon. Salvage mode time for the British Empire. Quill, I can only imagine though with that kind of loss, that could be a little bit rough to recover from.
Yes, but as they say, the sun never sets on the British Empire, so there's still some hope for this Game 3. You know, make it a 2-1. That 2-1 can be what separates you from making bracket tomorrow and what makes you just miss the cut. So if you're the British Empire, you want to go, all right, it's not over. We still have another game. Sure, we won't win the set. The 2-1 is way better than 3-0, especially when it comes to these tiebreakers that come up.
Yeah, the all-fabled tiebreakers could obviously be the difference for a lot of teams. Also, could be the difference between alpha and beta. Beta and game can also be said there as well. So you definitely still want to play all threes with all your might there. And for the British Empire, just ultimately that second map being as rough as it was, just try to end that third map. Hopefully make it hopefully make this a 2-1 or 1-2 from whichever perspective. Sea Dragons, though, Quill has been playing phenomenal so far, especially with how they played that second map to perfection. This is gonna be a little bit of a slow burn here in Crab Lake Clan Blitz coming up here. And again for Sea Dragons, looking to get a 3-0 on the board. Goldie gets the first change on the board. Zeko Firefin scope on available. 8. It's also gonna be the one dishing out the pretty much the order variant of the Aqua Brush. And Cyrus is actually just gonna flex over to the vanilla range blast.
Yeah, I think that the ZF is going to be doing them a lot better. That respawn Punisher might be able to help keep that brush in some amount of check, as we see no picks coming out yet from the opening. Tetra's causing a bit of an issue, but getting picked out pretty simply, as we see the brush going for Goldie as well. But no, he gets the pick, able to subdue the brush temporarily. But again, the British Empire is just still kept on the back foot, as the members of the Sea Dragons are just picking up the pace as Valencia is throwing clams, as it looks like they're going to get their first score 30 seconds into the game.
Yeah, first score already on the board there with the rest of the Sea Dragons just pretty much not allowing the British Empire to just leave the base whatsoever. 8's gonna be the one able to sneak through. Maybe they'll get a few claims, at least extend the timer, and also get some scores in. They will get sniped out, but they did what they needed to do, and they're just gonna look to say that's it for that push. A minute already elapsed into this game so far here, Quill, and that's such a strong opener for the Sea Dragons.
However, it seems that the bleeding has slowed, but as a lack of a better way to put it, the bleeding has slowed as the players of the British Empire are able to try and get some ground here. But just as I say that, 2 of them go down, 3 of them go down.
Oh,
you know, that's a delayed win now, as again, it looks like the Sea Dragons are going to go get another score.
Yeah, another score already on the board, and the rest of the British Empire, they just need to get their bearings back. There, this is just crazy non-stop aggression, which we felt like we've said for the past 2 sets. It applies here once more with the rest of the Sea Dragons just moving right up as a unit, looking to utilize 8 as their main skirmisher, and then of course Blitzers Saturn doing their blaster things on top of it. So the shutdown is there on 8. They bring it down to 35 points remaining, but this Sea Dragons team is still just continuing the momentum that they left off from the second map there from Triptych Tower earlier.
Yes, absolutely. As we see, even on the field, but they have the strike ready. Olo has the strike. It could be what helps out, but no, the other team also has strikes. No, this process is out from They've been trying to seek out a pick. They see their target, but no, they go down. Strikes come out as well from both sides. As the players of the British Empire are forced to go back, if 2 of them go down, it's just Goldie up.
Goldie's just the only one with the power clam there, but had to just constantly keep retreating with all the members that were going down left, right, and center there. Jaden is able to slash through 8, but it at least slows down the pacing there for the Sea Dragons to just try to move forward, and Ola's just gonna be there to blow through. So this, so again, even with any attempts the British Empire had to just slow down, and Goldie is just jumped on by Ola there with a trip strike with the big assist, and that's already a cash in right away. 35 plus points, and then just the 1 penalty point there as they are able to get the delayed wipeout. This could be another KO brewing here as Neon also goes down. Stagger 2 respawns, make that a stagger 3 respawn situation there for the rest of the Sea Dragons to take advantage. Valencia gets another pick. This could be one more clamp for the KO, and that will do it. Sea Dragons gets another KO on the board. 3 KOs once again for another team on stream. Sea Dragons takes this one home 3-0.
My goodness, yes, they were just able to exert so much pressure. That play at the end with Olo sharking there, that could have gone wrong so easily, but they just picked their targets so well, picking out the charger before they even had time to react, and it's the rest of the team collapsed in. That was a game-winning push and a game-winning play. I can't imagine that VC, how well they planned that up. It was incredibly, just really good work, really good teamwork, really good positioning, and full props to the Sea Dragons, and I hope to see what else they're going to be doing today.
Yes, yeah, and I think you noted there earlier, both teams were in the 1-1 set records there. So Sea Dragons up 2-1, British Empire is going to go down to 1-2, and not just versus the Sea Dragons, pretty much every team that we saw earlier today, just dominant fashion, just victories in dominant fashion, whether it's just through pure aggression and great team coordination, has showed in spades their equivalent. And I feel like every team every team that we have seen so far has found something to prove.
Yes, absolutely. It's just so interesting seeing how each team is able to play around like the players that they need. Like again, like last game when we saw the brush and the wiper, and this team with Mr. Saturn's incredible picks and the coordination between the Sea Dragons, you get to see how each team has its own strengths and weaknesses, and how if you're not able to figure out how to respond or figure out how to respond too late, that can just spell game.
Yeah, that's always the interesting thing we're gonna have to deal with here, for a lot of teams playing this one through, as because the set went so quickly there, especially the minute and 8-second finish there for the Sea Dragons in map 2. Most of the sets are pretty much in progress. What are you noticing so far, at least from the sets that we see here currently?
Well, we see 1-1 fishkissers and Inkbound. That's a close match. I believe both of them have been doing pretty good today. I believe the fishkissers are currently 2-0. Yeah, both of those teams I believe are 2-0 right now. So that's a very competitive set. We see that Sigma's in chat have 3-0 kill streak. Death by 100 paper cuts got rid of Karain's grasp, sorry.
Yep.
Arrows of Gale is 0-2 to Calamity Forge Neo. Tidal Disruption is up 2-0 to Moonshine. And our favorite, 400 kilometers per hour Last Wagon, is 1-1 against Sweet and Delicious.
I still personally want to see that team just go far. That's just for the team name alone. It's been incredible to watch. But I mean, I want to go back to Fishkissers and Inkbound. Inkbound, I believe, were a team that made it to alpha brackets, I believe, in last month's lowing. Someone's gonna fact check me or correct me on that there real soon. But yeah, Inkbound was Inkbound still trying to keep the momentum up, but the Fishkissers throwing in a few surprises there, especially from what we saw from our first round earlier today. This team's looking real strong by the end of it. And yeah, nothing really much else to note with the matchups here. Again, we are in a situation where the round just wrapped up really nicely there. So all the teams that are finishing up here, we should be seeing the results coming in here soon. We'll be wrapping things up, but that grouping could be proved to be a little intriguing there for teams that might make the alpha cut.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what's going on in Group B, however, because I know B had some interesting players as well. If we can get that up, yay! Lots of 1-1s. This is incredibly interesting already.
A lot of teams looking to make their mark there as well. I know a lot of people will be looking at a few teams. Tiny Titans, by the way, winning 3-0 over Gistra, which is also another good name. On top of it, on top of others, and again, we're gonna get the results. Will be coming in on screen from what we see here. A lot of intriguing matchups. Magic Beans 2-0 over the Biscuit Bandits. Excuse me. On top as well. So Royalty, again, the teams I have my eyes on for this one. See how they're faring. 1-1 against guess what there. So anything else that you're noting there, Paul?
I'd like to say Tiny Tidings and Honor Bomb both going 3-0 against their opponents. We see Magic Beans 2-0 against the Biscuit Bandits. I would like to say High Voltage 2-1 Tidal Tempest. This puts them at 2-1 as well, so that gives them more of a window to get into day 2. Chroma and the Night Logic are 1-1, and we're currently waiting on we're waiting on Stealing Your Gold Blocks and Nonbinary for us to report their first match. That one must be going to time really close. We see what else is there? Well, Hybrid Family versus The Exception. I believe these two teams are alpha level, and they're currently 1-1. If I can check, I want to say both of them are 2-0 currently. Let's see. The hybrid. Oh no, they're actually both 1-1. As we see, this is gonna be a closer set. Both 1-1. And there's also 1-1 Royalty to guess what? Royalty, I believe, was the second place team last month, and they're currently 1-1 to guess what. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I got a lot of eyes on other teams that are playing. So again, Royalty, Tiny Titans is also on that list. Gonna be intrigued to see how all the lowing teams are gonna be playing throughout throughout this gauntlet of a setup. We're already halfway through Quill, but this is starting to shape it to be a very interesting lane. Could be a great setup to day 2 tomorrow. So that's that. Before we sign off, I have a very important question to ask you, Quill. Entertain me for a bit. Do you have an alarm clock? And do you use it?
I do. I use my alarm.
And but is it an alarm clock or is it a phone?
It's a phone.
Okay, so you don't have an alarm clock. You're using the phone alarm. There's 2 distinctions here. Okay,
that's fair, but yes.
All right. I just need to entertain that. For the record, I still use my phone because my alarm clock broke and my other device I use for my alarm also just doesn't want to work anymore. So I've decided I'm just gonna have to throw the entire kitchen sink at it and hope that something wakes me up. I just want to entertain you with that question. We do have a new set of comms coming up, so that's gonna be it for me and Quill. Quill, where can the people find you?
People can find me on Blue Sky at Quilxin, which is QuillXIMN. Silly name, but I've stuck with it. But that's where you can find me. What about you, Kyon?
You guys can find me, Blue Sky primarily nowadays. On as Kyon2570, but I've also post on Twitter for all the nonsense in the world if you wanted to see that. I also try to stream. Schedule just hasn't been there recently, so make sure to smash the follow button if you just want to hear my rambles there as well. By the way, shoutouts to Inky, our lovely producer here today, just to also get you guys everything for today's Lowink there as well. We do have a new set of commentators coming up and to wrap you guys up for day 1. 4, 5, and 6 will be covered by them. So with Quill and myself, that's it for us. Stay tuned though. Round 4 will be coming up shortly. You are watching Lowink here on IPL. Don't go anywhere. There's still more matches to come.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Low Ink Day 1. I'm got a runny nose. Join with me is Pinky, who I think is feeling a-okay based on our pre-show little chat.
I'm feeling a bit better. Yeah, I don't have much of a runny nose. I mean, it's still like flu season a little bit, and I've been working in the hospital lately, so like, there's something in there. But we're chilling.
There's something wrong. I just can't put my finger on what it is.
Exactly. But
hopefully, what always makes me feel better, Pinky.
Well, it makes you feel better, Brush.
It's a delicious steak dinner.
Ooh, that's a good one. I do love a delicious steak dinner. Coral Convergence, also pretty solid here. We have a fun matchup here between these two teams. Here in Pool B of this low ink bracket, I believe we have one of these teams is 2-1. Yeah, Coral Convergence is 2-1. Delicious Steak Dinner is 1-2 right now. So pretty evenly matched in terms of their record for the day. But aside from that, I don't have much on these teams here. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the match that decides whether or not Coral Convergence will sort of show up and be a big alpha contender, if they'll not be able to drop another, or if we're going to see both these teams sort of neck and neck for the rest of the event. It's always a toss-up between the 1-2 and 2-1 set, but a lot riding on Coral Convergence if they want to make their way into an alpha bracket.
And who doesn't want to be into an alpha bracket? I mean, like, it's always so nice, like, just that little pat on the back, like, yeah, I am goated. I am good in the low-level scene. But we should be getting into this Game 1 here very shortly. Game 1's going to be on Zones, Barnacle, and Dime, which has quickly become one of my favorite maps in this game, in a competitive setting at the very least. Yeah, we see the map flash up there, but let's just get right into it. Let's see these comps on either side. I'm looking forward to it.
Can we talk about Delicious Steak Dinner's tag for a second? Like, they know how hungry I am right now. They're just rubbing it in. Say Brian, Tensui, Kawa, and Delter. What you got for me on these comps?
I mean, these comps are pretty fun. I always love to see some Range Blaster. Both teams have that Range Blaster, different, kit, of course. Red Ringer is definitely an option that's been picking up a lot, and we're seeing Sorella as well as an Inkling option on the side of Delicious Steak Dinner. So, interesting comp on both sides. We're also seeing Ink Rush. But right now, it's just kind of that scramble in early neutral just to try and get that zone under control. Looks like for now, it's going to be in the hands of Coral Convergence.
I gotta be out, Pinky. You're gonna have to keep going. I'm dealing with a 3 FPS stream on my end.
Oh, don't worry. Same here. I'm trying to close all my tabs. My laptop is not happy with me right now.
Okay. Well, an Inkjet up and control for the first time is gonna still be held here by Coral Convergence as they try to start this lockout. Shark doing a great job holding that mid area. They're gonna go down though after sort of pushing back, and Cap will swing back over. Delicious Steak Dinner now trying to get their first hold.
Yeah, Delicious Steak Dinner has their first hold underway. This Kraken is trying to, cause some mayhem in the blocks of Barnacle, but big issue with Kraken in the meta is that it's just so slow compared to all the fast-moving options that have, been really rising to prominence. So it's hard for Kraken to get a lot of value here in this matchup. So Coral Convergence able to sort of mitigate that and get back into the swing of things right now. Still have a bit of zone control, but that Refliner is going to be popping the zone really fast.
Hey, I think I'm like 30 seconds behind you here, Pinky, because I got a dominant cap here from the side of Delicious Steak Dinner. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. This is hell, Pinky. I have no idea what is happening in this game.
First time going back on the mic in a few months, and already, jumping back in the scuff. That's what I like to see, baby.
Yeah, me too. I have never felt this lost. I neutral now in mid as Cap trying to get held on. 30 to 50 ticks here. Delicious Steak Dinner able to hold on a little bit longer. They're able to continue this hold, they're going to be in knockout territory. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Cap, they will continue now. 20 ticks down. Looks like about 15 remain. Ticks going down left and right, and finally control will go back to the side of Coral Convergence, and a great job getting back in, but a big deficit they're gonna have to make up.
Oh, absolutely here. Yeah, this is a bit of a situation, but it seems like the Twitch audience is able to watch it, pretty nice. I'm still trying to get it all to load up, but there we go. We're seeing that Coral Convergence has that control of the zone in their hands. We're starting to get some more points on the board. 2 minutes on the clock thereabouts, and I mean, we're just gonna see what's gonna happen.
Points ticking down now into territory for a reverse cap as 12 ticks is taken back in the lead going to Coral Convergence, and no way in for Delicious Steak Dinner. They'll find some picks and a neutral with 1 tick left, and an entire wipeout though comes back for Coral Convergence, and a quick little cap will end that game. So game 1 going to Coral Convergence. What a fight it was. I mean, what a great job keeping their head in the game, seeing the points tick down so low from Delicious Steak Dinner, and able to stay in it. They'll take game 1 in this set.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a little bit hard for me to get all of what's going on, so I appreciate you for sort of taking the reins towards the end of it. But it does seem as though that Coral Convergence is going to be getting that first game under their belt. I mean, Reef Slider is just a really strong tool to cap the zone, but since that nerf to its painting radius, it can't be your only option there, and we sort of saw the desperation from Delicious Steak Dinner there at the end. So very well done from Coral Convergence to take that first game. We're going to be going on to another classic. As much as I might not like its classic status, we're going to go on to Rainmaker Scorch Gorge here in game 2.
Wait, what do you mean you don't like its classic status?
I've been a day 1 hater of this map, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm still a year 2 hater of this map. I'm just,
Wait. What about it in Rainmaker? What's your critique?
I don't know. I think if that Great Bridge was a little more real and you can actually get like a decent flank going, I think this map would be a lot more fun. But
okay.
As it
So
stands,
you think
you
it's
kind of got to
a
mash through
single
that
round?
choke.
Yeah,
I don't like that single round
okay.
that much.
And so my complaint about Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge was always that after you're through that checkpoint, like it's never a KO map. It's always going to be like a 10 to 20 point map.
I mean, I don't like that either.
Feels like a shove yourself through kind of situation.
Yeah, you kind of just shove yourself onto that checkpoint, and then once you do, you pray you have control, and if you do, the point goes from like 70 to 7 in like half a second. But you can never knock it out on this map because you got to run like literally through their spawn shield. So a bit of an awkward experience, but one that we're playing nonetheless.
Pinky, are you still playing competitively, or have you given up on that life?
I'm still trying. I'm still trying to find a team, to be completely honest.
Okay,
if anyone
heard.
wants to hit me up for some solo fun.
Can we get a verbal FA post live on the mic right now?
Yeah, I don't have any single results. I just am here for the vibes. But yeah, let's get right into it here for this game 2. This is a must-win scenario here for Delicious Steak Dinner. We're seeing a lot of the same stuff coming out. Both those RBs come back out to play. We're seeing that heavy edits. There's that sort of cooler option there for Delicious Steak Dinner. But, Dreadringer, Brush, and Umbrella are all going to be staying.
First pop goes in favor of Delicious Steak Dinner, but doesn't do much damage here as Coral Converge is able to get some paint back down. Tufa doing a great job watching both of these sides, looking for the first pick, but it will go to Delicious Steak Dinner. So backing up now, Coral Convergence, Delicious Steak Dinner, they've got the first push here, but a quick pick there from Ray's Hammer, and not many points will go down early.
Yeah, I mean, not that much progress. 30 seconds into the game, a lot of, control in the middle of the area by Coral Convergence. They have a lot of, paint, a lot of numbers advantage. Finally going to be grabbing some Rainmaker and pushing it up towards that first checkpoint here, but this is a very strong defensive point, and that Kraken's going to be hunting for that Rainmaker, shielded by the other Kraken, it seems. But the Rainmaker is going to be going down all the same at 82-point mark. So, I mean, very smart defensive use of that special from Delicious Steak Dinner to sort of mitigate that damage control, and now they have a lot of, area painted by that Rainmaker.
I think the big thing we have to look for here, right, is someone has to make the big move. And you'll find 3 picks here, and it's Delicious Steak Dinner trying to get back in. And they're going to actually drop checkpoints. So maybe this is the moment I'm talking about, right? You have to find a moment to get those picks to really capitalize. Otherwise, you're going to shove yourself back and forth in mid. And this is the moment we needed. Delicious Steak Dinner all the way down to 48, and their push seems to have a little bit more gas in the tank. But there you go. A nice pick from the Tri-Zuka there. That should be enough to mitigate some pressure. And back to mid goes Rainmaker.
Yeah, I mean, Zuka, it's just one of those things where you just kind of, you spray and you pray, and that prayer seemed to work in the favor of Coral Convergence there. So they're back in the driver's seat. I mean, Delicious Steak Dinner, they do have it solidly to 48, but on this map, you really want to get it below that sort of 20-point threshold. So still have a bit more work to do to get a safe lead, and that's going to be much harder if they're going to go 3 down here. So, I mean, Coral Convergence is by that Rainmaker here. They're getting more picks by the shield. It's just about getting that strong push going in their favor, which they haven't been able to do quite yet, but 3 minutes left on the timer here. There's plenty of time for them to get something started.
Yeah, we're back in sort of this weird territory of just back and forth in mid. I punch you in the face, you punch me in the face, and we all respawn happily. It's those moments of full team wipeouts that we're looking for here, and you know, not a ton it seems of those moments coming out. A good job retaliating to picks quickly, and now a 4v2 will become a 3v4, right? Rainmaker resets evenly, so halfway through this game. No big point leads yet. So 48, I agree with you, not a great point value, but I mean, there's still a checkpoint to fall.
Yeah. I mean, 48, it's nothing amazing, but it's better than nothing. And I mean, that's kind of what Coral Convergence is fighting up against here. They have to get something going, something started right now. They're going to have the Rainmaker in their hands right now, moving it toward that checkpoint here as we wait for the next slide of this Google Slide presentation here. But it looks like they're still going to be able to hold onto it for just a little bit longer, moving toward that checkpoint, so it seems. But yeah, let's see what's going to be happening.
The thesis of this presentation, to me, is no lead for Coral Convergence, and a strong defense, or a strong defense from Delicious Steak Dinner, but apparently also pure perseverance, maybe? And there's the lead coming through as a missed Reef Slider, and so much blue down on the field, but not enough to do any significant defense. And another wipeout will come out on the side of Coral Convergence. They're moving towards a KO. Bombs coming off the respawn. The Rainmaker looping her way through, gonna go down at 13 points, and that is totally a winnable value here as they choose to give a little bit of.
Yeah, I mean, 13 is a phenomenal lead on this map right now, especially compared to the 48, but I mean, Delicious Steak Dinner still has plenty of time to get that Rainmaker back into that sort of area. I mean, a minute on the clock might not seem like a ton of time, but on this map, I mean, you can get something going real fast if you get that momentum going in your favor in the right way. So that's going to be the big problem here for, you know, Delicious Steak Dinner. They're getting that Rainmaker over into the enemy plat here. 40 seconds to go right now. They have that control. They have that Kraken trying to hunt for some people. 3 are going to go down. It seems, no, that pencil's still going to be alive up there. That ever-present pencil is going to help that assist on that Rainmaker with 30 seconds to go, and now it's just an all-out brawl in the enemy plat. Picks going down on either side here as they try to get this Rainmaker. Zuka is out. It's going to be popped. The Range Blaster is going to get the pick onto the Rainmaker as well. It's just absolute desperation from both these sides here. They want this lead so incredibly bad, and they're going to do everything they can. 10 seconds to go, though, and this Rainmaker is going to get surrounded by bombs and by enemy players, and I don't think there's enough time to pop that shield one more time, especially with that hammer, and that is going to be it. Coral Convergence, I believe, is going to be taking that game.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit too anxious to get the Rainmaker moving there at the end with Delicious Steak Dinner. Maybe a little bit slower gameplay. You know, find your enemy, spot them out, give the call out, and find a way through. I understand the range of the Rainmaker there is going to actually be a helpful tool for fighting, but the risk of going down and ending up in that desync cycle that we saw just isn't worth it. So a fantastic job recognizing that from Coral Convergence. Find the Rainmaker, call them out, and knock them out, even if it's a trade just to stall. And a solid defense there, and Coral Convergence will take game 2.
I mean, just really well played games from on both sides, honestly. It's been a lot of comebacks, a lot of back and forth in here, but so far Coral Convergence has been coming out on top in both of these iterations here. So Delicious Steak Dinner is now just trying to, you know, play a little bit of damage control, you know, prevent it from getting too far away. So yeah, game 3 is going to be the place for that to happen. TC on Manta Maria. Brush, what is about your thoughts on this map?
You're asking a retiree what it's like to go home. Because I don't know about you. I appreciate the changes in Splatoon 3's Manta. I appreciate where hotspots are. I genuinely believe this is one of the best designed Splatoon 3 tower control maps. I think seeing that blaster here is going to come out as a very strong weapon, right? Poking that top left, poking the bunker area, the top right. And otherwise, it's a map that I think benefits some very sharky, very aggressive gameplay. And we haven't necessarily seen a ton of that yet, but seeing these larger flanks play out here could totally be an opportunity for Delicious Steak Dinner to take game 3 and give themselves some tiebreaker points.
Yeah, I mean, Manta is definitely a, you know, blaster and bucket paradise, even more so on tower control. So seeing, you know, both the ranged blasters as well as that Dreadringer, as well as, you know, some flexion between the heavy edit and the pencil. I think it's going to be a really fun game to watch here. We're going to be seeing both of those heavy edits being coming out. We're going to see the vanilla blaster actually with the bubbler, a special that's really been on the rise lately in this meta. And of course, everything else is going to be staying the same. We all know all the cards on the table. We just got to see how they're played.
Stream, I want you to know our slideshow has been saved. So now if we're bad commentators, it's just our fault.
Shout out to Inky.
Yeah, shout out to stream producer Inkfair here, helping us out changing regions. And some quick picks going to come out early for Coral Convergence. It looks like they'll be able to get the first push moving here. The first checkpoint now under attack is starting to fall. They need to push up ahead of this tower. That's exactly what we see them doing here. So great job taking strong positions here for Coral Convergence.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to be pushing up in front of and around that tower as much as possible. Just keep it safe. And already on that second checkpoint, very fast-paced game here for Coral Convergence. They don't want to leave anything up to chance. They want to control their own destiny, and they're going to be getting past that second checkpoint. Lickety split right there, but struggling to get more manpower on that tower. They did go down quite a few players, and they'll just take dinner, starting to restabilize their defense a little bit. But 46, very solid opening push.
Coral Convergence lickety split at the delicious steak dinner. I mean, I hope it's tasty.
That delicious steak dessert is on the way.
Now a push starting for our dinner team. A feast on the way, but a nice pick there is going to slow down their roll. Checkpoint 1 now under attack, and Pink Jet there to try to spread out the defenders, and through that checkpoint they'll go. So, you know, a very back and forth game so far here.
Incredibly, I mean, as soon as Delicious Steak Dinner got in the driver's seat, they've been taking it all the way, already, you know, by that second checkpoint, almost done with it. Now threading that lead within their grasp, but the Dreadringer is going to be the only one alive, and it looks like it's going to be a sufficient enough defense from Coral Convergence to keep the lead back in their hands. But 48-46, this is absolutely anyone's game with 3 minutes to go.
Tower now looking towards a reset and a fight for mid. It's the second time we're at an opener moment of this game, but this time some specials on the way, and they're popped here now looking for a pick. That's the hammer. Gonna go down in a trade, however, and oh god, Pinky, it's a slideshow again. I've got no idea what's happening.
The voices, they're getting louder. The voices, they're getting louder. I don't know what's real anymore, what's fake, Rush. All I know is that there's a very slight lead in the hands of Coral Convergence, and Delicious Steak Dinner is trying to put that, you know, pièce de resistance on the set, at least get something going in their favor here, but it's just going to be Delta alive as the Blaster player, forced to retreat, and it's actually going to get taken down in the process. So Coral Convergence, you know, a massive opportunity here with 2 minutes left to go on the timer, just moving the tower, getting the objective as far away from their side as possible.
I hear a hammer. I hear a Kraken. I assume they're on the side of Coral Convergence here as they push the tower once again, expand that lead 1 point so far, but defense there from Delicious Steak Dinner is going to stall that out a little bit, a 3v4 now situation, so Coral Convergence able to keep pushing this tower, looking towards that third checkpoint. We are in some dangerous KO territory here for Coral Convergence.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as this tower starts to drop and that third checkpoint starts to play, I mean, you hear that boss music in your head. There's really nothing you can do other than just hope and pray you can get rid of that tower in time. And it looks like Coral Convergence is not going to be able to finish what they were setting out to do there. Good defense from Delicious Steak Dinner in the 11th hour when they needed it, but now 17 is where that point total is going to stand. And I mean, a minute left on the clock, that is not a lot of time to get the tower all the way over there. You really have one more chance at a good push in this game. So it's just going to be about how Delicious Steak Dinner sets themselves up for that one opportunity they have left.
Belter starting to even the score and helped out by Tensui. Now 2 players are down in Delicious Steak Dinner's favor as this tower marches towards that first checkpoint area, looking for another pick, and they'll find it. The bubbler now popped on the tower. No more juice available for Coral Convergence, and another pick in their favor. 4v1 situation here. I'm getting deja vu the other way as the tower starts to move down that wall, looking to find the lead there at that checkpoint. 19 ticks, 18, 17. They're going to find some picks, but no lead comes out. And a tie game goes to the first push. Coral Convergence holds on by a hair with 20 seconds.
17-18. I mean, it was 17-17. That is a heartbreaking wipe out there. from Delicious Steak Dinner because, I mean, to be honest, I think that's the last chance they're going to get. They just have to throw themselves at the tower desperately, and Coral Convergence just has to sit back and watch as the bodies hit the floor with just a few seconds left. Hammer's going to be popping out. The Slider going to be popped in desperation. Overtime horns are blaring, but a wipeout is going to be ensuing, and that is going to be it as Coral Convergence 3-0, but 3 very close games over Delicious Steak Dinner.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Bodies
floor.
hit the floor.
Coral Convergence 3-0 over Delicious Steak Dinner. They were the team up 2-1 going into the set, right, Pinky?
I believe so. So now Coral Convergence walking out of the set 3-1. You gotta feel good about yourselves. I mean, Delicious Steak Dinner 1, 3, and 4 rounds. That does not feel good, no matter how you slice it. But even still, like, those were 3 phenomenal games. I think, like, right now it sucks. You feel like you suck. But I think looking back, Delicious Steak Dinner should be very proud of how they played in this set because they had a very, you know, unorthodox comp, and they made like some magic happen in these 3 games. So massive shout outs to them, and just so close there in that game 3.
Neither team actually have their bracket chances totally destroyed yet. I mean, Coral Convergence totally within punching range of Alpha. Can they win the next 2? 1-3 here for Delicious Steak Dinner, but win the next 2. They're 3-3, and they are well within Gamma territory. Should there be a bracket this month, so they're not done quite yet. They don't need to pack up their bags. Yeah, I mean, good luck to both of them through the rest of this event. And I look forward to seeing them tomorrow.
Yeah, and we're seeing, you know, some more sets being concluded. Nonbinary Fuss getting a nice 3-0 over Fallen, really cementing themselves back, you know, into the upper echelon of the level. Also, nice, the Night Logic getting a nice set win over the Splooners. Overall, a lot of really good sets here. We're seeing Chroma as well. That's a team I haven't heard of in a while, getting a 2-1 win over Loud Noises. FlipSide 3 over the Whip Race is a big win for them. Honor Bound over High Voltage. Just a lot of really cool sets happening all over the place, whether they're on stream or not. And I mean, that's just the nice thing about Low Ink is that there's always something happening. There's always some cool stuff, some cool team you can support. It's just always happening here at Low Ink. It's a great tournament for that reason.
I hope Stream knows that every time Pinky is stalling, I am blowing my nose. I've never been more thankful for a co-commentator than in this moment.
Aye, Captain.
We're going to start to look towards a round 5 here soon enough as this tournament rules on. Day 1 Low Ink. I remember playing it and being so thankful for the downtime between rounds, like a chance to breathe and stretch my fingers and recover from the chronic carpal tunnel. But on the other side of it, it's these breaks that make me want to just like go and open up chess.com again. Like I miss losing chess matches. What happened to bracket heroes? There's no bracket.
Oh no.
Hey, my commentator
Discord
hat is on. I'm not a TO right now. You can't ask me questions.
Hold on. I can Discord stream share me opening up Battlefy.
Wow. Half our tournament stopped, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to This Is Fine 3-0. This is in fact fine.
I'm gonna make some tea stream. What do we think of that? A little tea break for Brush. I got the water already
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Lowing Day 1 stream. We're coming at you live from the sunny outskirts of Splatsville. I'm Broken Pinky, joined here by Brushstrokes. And we got some round 5 gaming here between two teams that I believe are 3-1. How you doing today, Brush?
Canonically, are we on the sunny outskirts of Splatsville? Is that where we are?
I don't know, I thought of some alliteration before the stream. I was like, I
I'm here
gotta
for it. Sunny outskirts.
I gotta do something.
Splatsville. Okay, I can get behind it. I'm here for it. Yeah, you know what? I got my tea. I got my water. I feel unstoppable, Pinky. Like, I feel like we could commentate for years right now.
We can take on the world. Yeah, we can. Forever we shall commentate. Starting, of course, with the set between Red Leviathans and Calamity Forge Neo, both of which have had a great day 1 so far, being 3-1. Both alpha prospects. I mean, I think Calamity Forge Neo got like 5th place alpha bracket last month, so extremely strong team.
This is the deciding set, right? Because 3-2, 4-2 isn't going to make alpha. So you gotta win. Whichever team wins here is going to be within striking distance of alpha. The other team, they're down to beta. Basically guaranteed, though.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, not everything's guaranteed, but
it's true.
Even still, it's more than likely that's how this day is going to be ending here. So we're getting right into the swing of things on Clam's Museum D'Alfonsino, and this is going to be a grinder of a game 1 for the set.
A blender, if you will. A mortar and pestle up in here.
If you shall.
If you might. Hey, vanilla dualies? Do my eyes deceive me?
They do not. V dualies have been pretty strong in this meta, with Crab actually being a special again, with Zuka being a little bit less prevalent, Bubble coming up a bit more, and Fallhole is one of the best V dualies players that I personally know. His mechanics are absolutely insane, so I'm excited to see him pop off. I'm also loving the Decapitator on the side of Red Leviathans. Let's just get right into this game though.
What is that sword? Why have I not seen it?
The Decapitator? It has Bubble, and it kind of just beats every short-range weapon in the game, so pretty good at that.
I wanna see this from Sim, moving up on his front end. Taking a second to fight off that torpedo, but now deciding to play some frontline. Gonna find a pick there quickly. Go down, though, in the process. 2-3 now, with a ball on the way from Claude from Red Leviathan.
Yeah, I mean, Red Leviathans donning the purple coat here, making their way up to the plat. They have a good amount of Clam economy here, but Calamity Forge Neo is definitely setting themselves up for a strong defensive hold, especially with, how good of a defensive position your own plat is. So let's see here, but the Clam is actually going to be making his way into that basket with a little bit of tag team ending by Dragalia, and the splashdown going to be popped as well. Doesn't seem like there's going to be many more points being scored here by Red Leviathan, but at least getting that basket breaker on a map like Museum, pretty huge, because it is very hard to score on this map.
Cloud now looking to try to help force the team back into mid, but look how well Calamity Forge Neo paints orange on that plat. No room to breathe for Red Leviathan, and another push now being forged forward by that Izuka, finding one pick there as the rest of the team follows suit now. A 4v3 on the field, and baskets might be opening for Calamity Forge Neo.
I mean, just might, but you have to make it through that other side of plat, and that is easier said than done, especially with the power clam jumping out to spawn. That's going to lose a lot of that pressure that they have. They are going to be able to build another one. Inkjet is out there ready, but no other specials being ready quite yet. It's going to be a bit of a dagger here. Zuka, though, is on its way. Crab going to be shortly following, and Cooler just to keep everyone alive a little bit longer. Bull's going to be popping the Zuka, not going to find any picks. Inkjet is going to be popped by Maritime as well. Just trying to get some kind of pick, some kind of pressure here. 1-for-1 is going to be happening, but not quite what Calamity Forge Neo needs, and now they have to deal with a member of Red Leviathan on their plat, and that's just going to slow them down even more. So right now, I mean, Red Leviathan definitely playing to just sort of stall out CFN as much as possible, and it's just going to be a game of inches from here on out. 2 minutes to go.
Ballhole taking a moment to do some cleanup on the back lines, getting rid of that bubble now. Able to jump into mid, pop that crab, and open the door for Calamity Forge Neo to get their first push here, but not a lot of space to move on that flap. So Kodal sort of moving into a dangerous situation up there. And not a ton of specials to back it up, but that'll be the barrier open, and more clams maybe following suit. There's a couple, and that's the lead.
Yeah, lead is going to be falling here in favor of Calamity Forge Neo. Maritime going to be just opting to back up a little bit instead of scoring that power clam. Jumping to spawn, I guess they felt a little bit too pressured here, but already Red Leviathan putting pressure on the enemy Cloud here is just going to be chilling here under this ledge. I mean, one claim away from a ball. There we go. Now they have to deal with 2 power claim assaults, but they're able to find the pick, and that power claim is going to be dropping down, and that is a huge pick for Calamity Forge Neo on this defense here. A minute 30 remaining here, and now, I mean, it's essentially at the point where the next power claim to be scored is going to win this game, because a power claim from Red Leviathan is going to get the lead, and a power claim from Calamity Forge Neo is going to be, you know, enough to put it out of striking distance for Red Leviathan in theory, but it's just going to be about who gets that opportunity and who's going to be able to deny it. Ball going to get a nice pick here with that Crab Tank. Airtime going to be popping the Inkjet as well to make that sort of dual-pronged assault. So Calamity Forge Neo could get that score if they just pick up the power claim, and they're going to do exactly that with a minute to go, and that score is going to start to fall.
Great job from Fallhold there. Being a distraction with the first power clam and then popping that Inkjet takes everyone towards them to go right into some kaboomies, though unable to get that power clam back in, and means they're back on the back foot without a ton of points to make anything of it. 44 seconds now remain as Red Leviathans look to make a push of their own. Dragula going through that flanking off to jump back to the whole team and use that splash down there and pushing forward, looking for a way in. No basket open yet in a 3v3, but there it goes, and 25 seconds remain, and a lead on the way, but they need a couple more claps. Going 3 down as Red Leviathans. They don't have the energy in the tank.
Yeah, just ran out of gas right in the 11th hour, and that basket is going to be closing with 15 seconds to go. And now, I mean, we just have to wait for Calamity Forge Neo to turtle for just a little bit longer here, but power claims are already making its way over to the enemy basket, so this is by no means a solved game quite yet. One more basket breaker is going to be enough for the lead in favor of Red Leviathans, and now it's just kind of all hands on deck. Dragalia is going to find a pick onto the shot here. Power claim is being picked up and drops, but a sneaky flank from behind by the pencil, I believe, is going to put a pin in game 1.
Calamity Forge Neo takes it, and that means they're within 1 of taking the set. That's how the 3 works. You know that?
I've never seen a best of 3. What is it called?
Baby's first best of 3 set. Okay, here's how it works. I'll walk you through it, Pinky. They play 1 game, and they play another.
Okay.
And then they play a third.
Okay.
And whoever wins more of those, you win the thing.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
so they
they
play 3 games?
Play 3 games in a best of 3, yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. It is play all.
You have to play all 3.
Fair. Ours we produce our ears. It goes, actually, isn't it play all 3? It is. That's true.
to the TO of the tournament. Is it play all 3?
So let me try that again. They play game 1, then they play game 2, and even if it's 2-0, they play game 3.
Wait, so they play all 3?
Play all 3. And that's funny because that's how it gets its name, Pinky. It's play all 3.
Whoa! Dude, math is unbelievable.
I hope you know I'm getting like a bajillion help desk notifications right now, so I don't know what's going on over there, but I really can't be bothered.
That is their problem.
This is why we have a wonderful staff team. So that way I can sit here with a headache and a cold with a microphone in my hand, mansplaining play all 3 to everyone at home.
I mean, yeah, shout out to the IPL staff. They go through a lot of headache in the help desk. So maybe just thank a TO. It's always thank a TO day. So thank you to the TOs.
And it's also always thank your wonderful stream producer Inkfarer day. I don't know about
it's
you.
Always thank your streamer day.
I don't think I would survive if Inkfarer wasn't in this world. And that's just true.
That is actual factual.
It's actual factual.
Anyway, we're getting on to game 2. We're going to ship-shape zones. We're going to be seeing that Tetra Dually come out for some nice old cheesy slider action from Fallhold yet again. And we're going to be seeing the same old stuff from Red Leviathans for the most part here. Both these teams running, very aggressive comp, although we are seeing Tencel sort of anchoring Calamity Forge Neo, and that is a very strong weapon on this here map mode. So let's just see what's going to happen here in this opening team fight.
6 stealth jumps in this lobby, Pinky. 6 of them. There is another drop roller. That makes 7 tricky jumps in this game. I think it was drop roller. Inky, can you pull that back up? Is that drop roller? I think it is.
Why is there... Oh, on a rapid. That makes sense.
Okay, so anyway, point being, A lot of stealthy jumps coming in here. And I guess the question is who can be quieter as they jump back in.
I mean, I don't think much jumping is happening. I think right now it's just Red Leviathans holding on to the zone pretty well, pushing really far forward, which just really limits the options that Calamity Force Neo has, other than that Reef Slider, which kind of just gets the zone all on its own, lickety split. And that's going to be a jump out here for essentially a wipe as Calamity Force Neo now going to be starting their own hold.
Lickety split counter is now at 4, as I say it, for the second time. An even game here in 3 minutes 40 seconds, not very far in. Back and forth. Hey, at what point did this map stop being just complete KOs and start being back and forth games? Because I feel like the last time I was watching Splatoon, this map would just be whoever got capped first, held on, and that was it.
Yeah, now we have Reef Slider in this meta, so I mean, nothing is sacred anymore. As soon as I found out the Reef Slider was like a decent special now, I was like, God dang it, dude, this
Where'd all the
sucks.
time go, you know? Where'd all the time
What
go?
happened?
First
Splashdown was good.
In this game? Really?
Yeah!
Oh
Because
god,
you were
where
like,
have I
wait,
been?
Explo has some sauce.
Explo has some sauce.
Yeah,
I wish we had
the
a
Splashdown
IPL
one.
Out of context. I don't like that. 2 minutes 50
no.
seconds of the game, back and forth in mid. I mean, Cap is in favor of Red Leviathans.
This is true, yeah. We're going to be waiting for Calamity Force Neo just to see how they're going to respond to it, because it's been very Red Leviathan's favorite. The only time that Calamity Force Neo can really sniff the zone is when Fall just pops that slider, and lo and behold, sliders popped, and they're going to be sniffing the zone a little bit.
What is happening? We're sniffing zones, we're saucying Explos. Like, is this what this
Sorry,
game
did you expect to be
has
with a
turned to?
normal co-commentator?
No, I
That's
didn't.
on you.
but I also didn't think we'd be sniffing paint today. Like, I thought it would be a little bit sane. We'd be sober at least.
Absolutely not. Nope, not at all.
Okay, Cap back in favor of Calamity Force Neo, though a flip once again to Red Leviathans in the lead. 30 penalty points remaining and 10 more on top of that as they get dangerously close to KO territory. 3 down and a delayed wipe in their favor. And look at it march into spawn, checking their back because there's no slider. Craziness behind them, and now 20 ticks, including the penalties remain. And Inkcheck is online, so just some defense here needed for Red Leviathans to hold on. That's 3 ticks remaining now. A quick little neutral, and Cap back in favor for Calamity Force will apply some penalty points. But 90 seconds left in this game, and Red Leviathans has a very strong lead.
Yeah, I mean, Red Leviathans has had the control of the zone for practically the entire game. Like, Calamity Force Neo just doing all they can to hold on for dear life, but this might just be the killing blow. A minute 15 left in the game, about 25 ticks left on that zone timer, including penalty, and that is just going away rapidly as we speak here. Cooler going to be popped as well. Just everything is trying to happen all at once. Final fight for the zone. It's going to be neutralized yet again with 1 point to go, and it's going to go back in the hands of Calamity Force Neo in a last-second scrap.
1 cap beside this game now, but 50 seconds left. Red Leviathans working to build up some specials on those respawns and find a calm way in as Calamity Force Neo a little bit hasty on that Zuka pop, and now they don't have any specials to their name, so Red Leviathans able to find a way back in with their orange paint. Looking at that zone now, there's the bubble, finding 3 picks early. Make that 2, sorry. A cap goes into their favor, so 20 seconds left, and that's all they need to hold for a payoff.
Yeah, and the only one up is Fall, just desperately trying to build for one final slider that, you know, is going to at least give a fighting chance for Calamity Force Neo here in the final seconds of this game too. They don't want to risk game 3. They want to have it in their hands as much as possible. They're going to get a zones cap here, force overtime more than likely here, but these overtime scraps have not been going in their favor here. They just have to hold on for dear life and just try and get as many picks as they possibly can, but their numbers are dwindling, and Red Leviathans clapping back with a game 2 victory to tie the set up 1-1.
They had so many colors to pick from, and they picked like one of the few that isn't in this game. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Red Leviathans? Show me that red ink.
Have there been any red ink colors for Splatfest? I think Power was
I feel
like
there
the
have.
closest
I
we
think,
got.
yeah. Wasn't there a ketchup one back in Splatoon 2?
Yeah, but that was Splatoon 2. I'm sure that they did not exist in Splatoon 2.
Red Leviathans. What is Leviathan?
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Is it like a dragon? A knight?
It's like a sea creature. I don't know.
That's
what I would
red.
name my Gyarados when I caught one in Pokemon. Because I thought it sounded cool. Is it just based on the Gyarados, actually? Just a shiny Gyarados?
I mean, to your credit, it is a very cool sounding name, Red Leviathans. If there wasn't a sick commentator and a goofball, I think we'd make it sound cool too.
Red Leviathans.
Red Leviathans.
Splatoon 3 gaming action brought to you by
God.
Red Leviathans.
And here's the thing, right? We should be hyping up this game 3. It's 1-1 right now. Like, there's a lot of marbles in this bag for two alpha teams, both fighting for a chance into alpha. And instead, we're saying Red Leviathans like idiots over and over again, trying to make it sound.
Is this not what the people want? Is this not what the people want?
Leviathans. Calamity Forge Neo. I wish I was sicker and my voice got all deep and in a world, you know? When I get really sick, that's
In
where
a
we're
world
at.
where Calamity Forge is Neo.
It's Low Ink, October 2024.
In the sunny outskirts of Splatsville.
Oh, God. Don't dox us. They don't need to try to find us. Okay,
Game 3, winner take all. Winner likely makes alpha bracket. Calamity Forge Neo, Red Leviathans. Woo!
Oh, God. Okay. And
Why is there
it
Crab like?
Maker?
Oh wait, no, Crab like Rainmaker. I thought it was Tower for a second.
Yeah, it's Maker. What do we think of Greats here? I haven't seen this map since launch.
I think Pencil is still extraordinarily good on this map, and Calamity Forge Neo has that ace in their sleeve, I guess. So, gain non-interaction.
Blaster counter? Can Blaster counter that through the Greats?
Not really. I mean, kind of, but not this one.
Well, I tried.
Yeah.
Points going up here for Red Leviathans, climbing that side. They get the bubble online to help them through that checkpoint. Through they will go. Though going a couple down in the process, and not much prospects to continue that push. But a checkpoint down in the first minute, and I'm not complaining.
Yeah, Calamity Forge Neo definitely has been, a bit more passive in their opening compared to their last two. Red Leviathans taking advantage of that, getting an early checkpoint under their wraps. This is the first minute of the game. Pretty solid start, but not a prolonged push by any stretch of the imagination. And now Calamity Forge Neo slowly building up that control, slowly building up the resources to get a push of their own going. They have that crab tank back in their disposal, and they're all coolered up. They have the Zuka ready as well, so they're just ready to go.
Picks in favor of the Neos. Now a Rainmaker grab as well. Rainmaker moving towards that. It's going to get called out before the checkpoint, and a splashdown finds a pick. So a 3v3 on the field becomes a 3v2 after a 1v1 in that pit. And Pop going in favor of Calamity Forge Neo, but not a lot of follow-up here. So one player trying to make all the moves up front, and it's a dangerous spot to be.
Absolutely, but it's a spot that they're going to, show for themselves here as they're going to take the checkpoint themselves, and now just a little bit more space to get a lead, but it's not really going to happen if they're going to go 3 down. I lied, actually. It's actually going to happen exactly like that. A lead of 48. Not a strong lead by any stretch of the imagination, but a lead nonetheless. Can't really complain about that, given the precarious spot that Pencil was in.
Waits move so fast up there, huh?
They really do. It's
Like
kind
an
of fun,
inch up
especially-
there is a mile.
Especially if you have cooler, because you just kind of zoom across them Greats real fast. And now Red Leviathans moving the Rainmaker back into enemy territory. You're trying to get the lead back in their favor here. But Calamity Forge Neo not going to give it up without a fight here. Forcing the Rainmaker to sort of retreat into a very unfortunate spot here. And Zuka going to be popped as well, trying to find the pick. Is going to be doing exactly that.
Sorry, I was blowing my nose.
No worries. I get it.
What's going on?
So right now we're going to be seeing the Inkjet coming out from Maritime. Just trying to get some delays, some nice picks maybe. Going to be finding some picks to go down inside of Red Leviathans actually. 2 minutes to go, so good spot here for Calamity Forge Neo, extending that lead to 38 as well with that nice little flank from Fall Hole. So very good spot for them right now with 2 minutes to go. They just have to play a really strong defense, but you can't get too careless here because this game is still. I mean, those points go away pretty fast on the Greats.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh no. Wow! Just barely getting the reset out. Calamity Forge Neo unable to find more points there, but a dangerous situation as a 4v1 there with the Rainmaker on plat still, but a nice stall there means that actually somehow Red Leviathans is going to come out and have mid control where that Maker is. So a dangerous game to play, but a risky win for them. A minute 30 left in this game. They got to get a big push here if they want to.
I mean, they really have to do that, but they do have some means to do so. They have a splashdown, they have bubble, which is charging up a little bit, but they don't have the Rainmaker in their hands, and that's kind of the big piece of the puzzle that they really need to get stuff going here. With a minute left on the clock, all of Red Leviathans coming out of spawn really low on the special charges. I mean, they're going to get a special before the game ends, but at this point, Calamity Forge Neo just is trying to suffocate all the routes that Red Leviathans has to get back into this game, because they just want to win this game as much as possible. They don't want to mess with overtime or anything. They just want to get it in their hands as best as possible here. With just a few more seconds to go, 1 or 2 more team fights, it should be to the deciding factor.
The team who wants it more takes it all. 30 seconds remain. Calamity Forge Neo, a decent lead over Red Leviathans. And with mid control slowly turning more purple, Red Leviathans able to pop that Rainmaker and grab it, looking to make their final push of the game. Going to go down early though. 20 seconds remain. They have to get a big pop and a big push, but a 4v2 situation against their favor is going to make that impossible.
Near impossible here. The wipeout as well to sort of seal the deal with 10 seconds to go. I mean, Calamity Forge Neo can run the Rainmaker backwards. They have enough time to do so, but it's still just a little bit risky. They're just trying to keep the control around the Rainmaker as much as possible. Let the final few seconds tick away, and that is going to be it. Calamity Forge Neo is able to hold on and take that set win 2-1 in a very tight set over Red Leviathans.
You're right. Not impossible. Highly improbable, I would say. And yeah, Calamity Forge Neo taking that one and taking the set. So now one more set ahead of them towards Alpha Bracket. They have to win it to guarantee their spot. Red Alliance, though, very much still in this tournament, still in a bracket now. Looking for that 4-2, moving into round 6 of Swiss. It's day 1 low ink.
Yeah, I mean, another really strong set between two teams. A lot more back and forth, in terms of that game count, of course. But just even the moment-to-moment interactions, both these teams, I mean, neither of them led up until, the set was over. Just very strong play from both sides here. Just a very fun set to watch, and Calamity Forge Neo one step away from re-securing their spot in that alpha bracket for the second month in a row. Just definitely, climbing in that low-level scene that they're trying to get banned from low ink as soon as possible.
I would love to know how the meme of who wants it more got started. Popgun and I say it all the time as a joke, like the winner is the team that wants it more. But honestly, when you're watching the gameplay, it's really easy to map that mindset onto the players, right? Like seeing the scrap and seeing the ballsiness of some of those plays, right? Remember the Rainmaker stalling out on top of plat, and just a literally frames difference to grabbing it versus the Rainmaker reset there. It makes you think who wants it more. One has to imagine Red Leviathans, especially with that first game performance, or whichever game they took, was strong and scary. So two powerhouses here in low ink we saw in round 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely here. I have no doubt that Red Leviathans is going to be making alpha brackets sooner or later, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like it's going to be in the cards here for this month. Delicious Steak Dinner, at least able to bounce back from that last set, going to be taking it 2-1 over Hammy as a narcissist, which I would imagine is a pickup with Hammy in the wall. Nonbinary Fuss taking another set win here. I'm trying to find Choral Convergence here. My brain is a little bit blind, it seems. Oh, they're up against Honorbound. They have not logged any games yet.
Report as you go, kids. Come on. Report as you go. It's in the rules. Honorbound got rid of the 07 from their name. What's up with that? They used to have a little salute in their team name.
Maybe it's their team tag
Honorbound.
still. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
They better still be their team tag.
You know what? Pinky, what say I go to the medicine cabinet and get some Mucinex and we throw it a break?
I'm down for that. Yeah, let's find some Mucinex and let's get a little break before we get into the last round of day 1 of low ink.
Low ink, day one. Tell me, chat, what do you do when you're serving in your allergy era? Because the haters, they hate to see it. But I'm up here stuffy-nosed commentating Low Ink October 2024 with Broken Pinky by my side.
Howdy,
And it seems to be going all right.
Every little thing is gonna be all right.
Don't TMC us. Wait, be careful. Hey, Nonbinary Fuss versus FlipSide. I think this is a fight for Alpha Bracket, because that's what we like to see. Round 6
so.
on stream.
Yeah, both these teams are 4-1 in terms of set count. I think Non-Binary Fuss has the slightly higher opponent win percentage. But for most intents and purposes, this is going to be a fight for Alpha Bracket. And I'm ready to see these teams throw down because these are clearly two very strong teams in Low Ink.
Tower control haggle. Slam blitz scored. Spot zones. Mahi Mahi resort.
True. Tower control hagglefish. I want to see some range blasters because I love that weapon.
What about him?
It's my main. So I like it because it's my main.
What about it? But what about it?
But there's a roller and a bucket.
Yeah.
And there's also there's a normal blaster, but not the ranged variety.
There was a time that I used to call Low Ink the premier Splatoon 2 tournament. And I don't know where that went.
I think it went absolutely nowhere, and I think we're still in our prime.
Oh God, a fight for mid. Picks both sides, but a lot more for FlipSide and a wipeout in their favor. So first push going to the end as soon as they mount that tower.
Yeah, I mean, Non-Binary Fuss starting from 0 here as FlipSide already, making their way toward their first checkpoint. That first checkpoint decently far away, but once that checkpoint falls, things can kind of slip out of control. Especially that second checkpoint that was going to be the one to watch here. The FlipSide just kind of, pushing on unopposed for the most part here, already through that first checkpoint, on the way to that second one, just throwing some specials, trying to continue this push, but now Non-Binary Fuss really has to get some strong defense by the second checkpoints.
Yeah, I mean, FlipSide needs to get someone up in that upper tent area, and so far, it looks like they've been doing a great job putting paint there. Finally, it looks like a player is up there, but as they do, they turn their back to tower, and so tower's going to fall. 21 points in a minute. I mean, that might be sort of a KO.
That's a good lead.
Yeah, phenomenal first push.
Yeah, I mean, about as good as you can possibly ask. But now, I mean, FlipSide staggering just a little bit on their, re-entry into mid here. Non-Binary Fuss building some stuff up. They have 3 specials at the ready on their way to that crab tank as well. But they got a lot of work to do here. Just getting some points on the board now, and they have to get it down to 20 or lower, including breaking both of the first 2 checkpoints. And getting some work done in that third. So they got their work cut out for them, but they can certainly do it should they use their specials in the right way here. But a little bit stalled by that first checkpoint. Nerdy Adam going to be taken down on the tower as well as FlipSide going to be able to defend that first checkpoint for now at least. But Bleach trying to get on that tower themselves, break this checkpoint, and it looks like they're going to be doing just that.
3 minutes remaining in this game 1 of round 6. Non-Binary Fuss able to sort of retain control here as they continue their push forward, looking for this second checkpoint. They have a large mountain to climb of points for the lead, but only halfway through this game, they're doing a great job finding picks and continue with a little bit more energy on their side, but going 3 down out of nowhere. FlipSide able to hold control, force to jump out, and they're going to hold on to their lead.
Yeah, 40 points. I mean, still a pretty solid push, but no work done on that second checkpoint. It's going to mean that that lead is still not going to be easier than to get to by any means, with half of this game's timer left to be run through here. So FlipSide in a pretty solid spot, lead-wise, but right now they're down 2 before Non-Binary Fuss is going to be winning that team fight really fast in their favor. Already getting the power going in their way again. The catch is going to be popped as well, trying to find some picks, and now Non-Binary Fuss gets another chance at that second checkpoint.
This first game. Points continuing to fall. Second checkpoint now underway. 2 more picks in favor of non-binary fuss. They're in great position to continue this lead. Now at that first checkpoint, they're going to find the lead. Another couple of picks in their favor. A crab knocked off the tower, but picks continue to fall. There's the checkpoint. There's a couple more inches for the KO. And a quick little special pop there is going to send this one over the edge. And a KO in game 1. Non-binary fuss takes it.
What a comeback from non-binary fuss. I mean, FlipSide, after that first push, I was like, oh god, FlipSide is here to play. And non-binary fuss is even hereer to player. Just getting a good push to 40. And then on the backs of that, just undeterred, going to get right back there for a nice knockout push through all of the checkpoints on this map. And I mean, this is not an easy map to get KO on. So kudos to non-binary fuss. They really want the set win, and they want to get to alpha brackets.
They want it more, is what you're saying.
Okay, I don't know if they wanted more, but they wanted a lot. And FlipSide is gonna have to want it more.
I like this new framework you've introduced though of who is hearest to playest.
Precisely.
Who is hearest? Non-binary fuss showing they are quite here to play.
Very measurably
look,
here.
I would say 3 metric tons here. The question is there another metric ton coming from FlipSide? As we move on to Clan Blitz on Scorch Gorge.
How much more here can FlipSide player to their advantage?
God.
Game 2 on Clan Blitz Scorch Gorge. Scorch Gorge making another return here on the IPL stream. This time that choke point is even more centralizing because you just got to get up that ramp, guy, and it's not an easy ramp to get up, but once you do, you got to get those clams in the basket. And it's honestly kind of easy to see a knockout happen, but it's also easy to see you entering overtime and it's 100-100 and just the first score in the next 3 minutes is gonna win.
Oe Inke is my favorite ornament thing.
It's like that Dire for Wimpy Kid where they make that fake language and they just put pop at the end of it.
I was speaking a very well. That was Pig Latin. That's a very well established language. I'm not gonna try to. I feel like it is. At least in the States, I feel like Pig Latin's a thing. Do you guys not have that over there?
Not deep in the heart of Texas. They didn't teach us no Pig Latin.
Inkfair, our stream producer, what does Europe gotta say? Any Pig Latin? Any Pig Latin in Europe? No Pig Latin. Wait, Pinky, you're in Texas?
Yeah.
And you don't know Pig Latin?
No? Is that a southern thing?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like it's a very American thing. You take the first sound, you put it at the end of the word, and then you add A.
I mean, I kind of inferred that's what it was, but like...
Okay, well, smart cookie over here. Why aren't we starting?
About 10 years.
We're subbing.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, can we get the wet cats on the stream?
Says Inkfair. Okay, stream, you're not ready for this. We're going to go front and center to the chat between these two teams, where we have been told there are wet cats waiting. I don't think they're up for adoption. I don't think this is like a adoption stream, but
I would love to adopt the wet cat and dry it off.
There's one of the cats. That one's named Tammy. That one's named Tammy.
No, I think it's named Shutterstock.
This is my favorite kitten, Shutterstock. What's that one called, Pinky?
That's Tammy. No, that's Tammy. You got them confused.
That's Tammy. I confused Tammy and Shutterstock. They look similar.
Easy to do, you know.
Is Shutterstock like a clay mold of a cat, or is it a real cat?
That I think that's a real cat.
It looks too shiny. What's that?
Oh, that's Garfield.
That's just Garfield. Loves
that's Peter
Mondays.
Griffin, actually.
Hates lasagna. Wait, scratch that, reverse it.
Scratch that, reverse it.
Loves lasagna, hates Mondays.
Yeah.
Oh, I
but
blinked
that's
and they're
just
gone.
Garfield.
Yes, Garfield.
The
Can we
cats
do
have
a
been
cat
fried.
review? Can we do a cat review segment?
Yes.
Send in your. Okay, here's what everyone's gonna do. You're gonna go to Blue Sky or Twitter, and you're gonna tag IPL Splatoon or IPL Splatoon.inc, whatever it is on Blue Sky, and you're gonna send us IPLabs.inc on Blue Sky, and you're gonna send us your cats, wet or dry. We want to see your cats. You're gonna use the hashtag #LowInkCats or #LowInkMeow. Hashtag #LowInkMeow on Twitter or Blue Sky, and tag IPL Splatoon or IPLabs.inc. We're super excited to see your cats.
I'm so excited for this, honestly. I'm honestly more excited for that than this game, because this game is pretty cool, I guess. Interesting
About
comp
this
coming out from
game,
FlipSide here with the, I mean, FlipSide completely changing the comp from the last game for the most part, it seems. And they're going to go 3 down by a Nerdy Adam. But Chosen One is going to, get a few picks on their way out here. Even still, but, I mean, Edit, Carbon, T-Tech 52, I mean, they really changing things up. They're going a lot more short-range favors. But that's going to be that stamper on non-binary fights. It's going to have a great time into all these weapons, so I don't know. This is going to be an interesting course of action, but right now, non-binary fights has a ton of control and has a bit of that kind of economy.
A 2v4 in mid, make that a 3 or 4v1 as storming ahead towards a basket pop is FlipSide, but they're going to get stalled out nicely. A great defense there from Nerdy Adam on the little bump out. At no points will fall quite yet as the Clam economy, as you called out, struggling to come to a ball.
Yeah, a bit of a market, low right about now, but FlipSide remedying that just a little bit, having some good clams on their side, has a power trim at the ready as well. They are ready to make that push, but it's going to be about whether that push is going to actually come or not. And some picks from non-binary fights is going to be doing their best to delay it. And Rush, it looks like we have one of those 8-minute clamless games on our hands.
You know what? It's whoever wants it more at this point.
Yeah, you know what?
Get
You're
in
right.
there. It's whoever is hearest to playest. And that
right.
comes out based on their ability to pass clams and make a single ball atop the basket, which is exactly what non-binary Fuss has been able to do here. They've got a couple more clams to follow up, but no rotations back quite yet for clams as we wait for a couple picks to come out. Nice crab pop there under the basket to be able to hold on to a little bit more space. Now more points coming in. 50 ticks remaining. 47, 40, or 53, so 50. No, I was right the first time. 44. And
Counting with brush strokes.
points continue to fall. What a great push here on the side of non-binary Fuss.
32 is where that lead is going to be standing, it looks like here, as that basket is going to be closing up bright and early. And, I mean, 2.5 minutes to go. 32 is a pretty solid lead here for non-binary Fuss. FlipSide definitely has their work cut out for them here, but they're, I mean, off to a good start, already getting that wipeout against non-binary Fuss, and they're starting to build those clams. They have a power clam of their own, and now their own score is going to be starting here. Non-binary Fuss has to be careful because this score can really just melt away. Now
Points continuing to fall here. You've got to get ready on your defense for non-binary Fuss. You got to hold on to your lead because, again, we saw 2 minutes of completely stalled action, and now points starting to fall both ways. A super clam being jumped in. If you make this, that's the lead, and there it is in striking territory of KO. This FlipSide here, a 2v4 on the field, though. A couple more picks come out, and now a little bit more easy. Non-binary Fuss is quite the uphill battle in the last minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, they have to get it down to 17 points or lower in the next 2 minutes, including overtime. Definitely well within the realm of possibility, but it's a bit of an uphill battle. Oh, now it might be in the realm of impossibility as 2 members of non-binary Fuss are going to be DC'd out of this game, and that might just be curtains here in this game number 2.
Yeah, there is no replay here according to the DC rule, so non-binary Fuss looks like they won't be able to pull through here. I mean, 60 clams you'd have to score basically to win this one in a 2v4. Not something you want to see. I'm surprised the controllers haven't been put down yet, especially when they're not in the lead. No, not why the losses. But here comes the push from FlipSide, and yeah, it wouldn't be a Splatoon 3 tournament if we didn't get some DCs.
I mean, have truer words been spoken? I don't think they have.
In some uplifting news, however, I think we have some cats.
Oh,
At
baby.
least one cat has come in on the side of Blue Sky. If you missed it from before, we are taking your cats here at IPL for appreciation on stream. That's IPL Splatoon on Twitter. And that is iplabs.inc on Blue Sky. I think Sage is our first cat from Blue Sky. Hopefully we'll be able to get it up here on stream in a moment.
We also have
no
submission from
spoilers.
Dandy, so we got.
That's Sage. Sage is the cat. Sage is Dandy's cat.
I see.
I think I hate to do any spoilers before we have the image up, but it's a big stretch there. A big stretch.
That's a big
from
stretch.
Sage. A big stretch. I give that cat 10 cats out of 10. How about you?
That's a 10 out of 10 cat. I gotta
10
say.
out of 10 cat right there from Dandy. Go follow IPL Splatoon on Twitter or iplabs.inc on Blue Sky, and don't forget to send us your cats with hashtag #LowInkCats and hashtag #LowInkMeow. It's 1-1, and the winner goes to Alpha Bracket, and we're looking at cats.
Precisely. I mean, what is this? Not what the people want? We're here for the people.
I hope it's what the people want. I don't know what the people would want if not,
this.
cats.
I mean, I think like the Venn diagram between like Splatoon players and cat enjoyers is definitely a circle.
Circle.
Yeah, it's just one circle. So
Is there more or less overlap with dog lovers?
I think there's less overlap, but I still think there's a good amount of dog lovers. Speaking as a dog lover myself.
Okay, other question. Is this just a Splatoon thing, or do all esports enjoyers love cats and dogs?
I think it depends.
Like, what's the overlap of Call of Duty esports players?
I think definitely more on the dog side than on the cat side.
Ooh. This is a great... I like this little chart we've come up with. How dog and cat are you, and how Call of Duty Splatoon are you? It's a 4-quadrant XY axis graph. I am firmly in the no, I would say I'm dog cat equal, and I'm 100% Splatoon. What about you?
I'm definitely 100% Splatoon. I love dogs and cats a lot. I'm slightly more of a dog person because I grew up with a dog, but I still love cats a lot. So ever so slightly toward the dog side, but I love both.
Okay. Inkfair, stream producer, what you got for us? Where are you? Cat person, 100% Splatoon. It's
COD.
Call of Duty to Splatoon. Is the
Wait, I just realized that cod is also a fish.
Oh my
And
god!
therefore,
This is huge!
therefore,
Actually just 0-0 on the chart. Yeah, that's a circle. Every Call of Duty COD fan is a fan. Hey, we got Splat Zones to send this one out.
we got Mahi ain't no Mahi like I know.
You're in
It's
another
still-
world, apparently. On the other side of the house.
What?
Okay, well, hey, back and forth in mid-tier. First couple picks, looks like FlipSide's going to take the lead, and the whole tier, 75 points remaining. The question here, right, is who can move forward and get some aggression onto the opposite flag. And until we see that, it's really hard to say any hold is significant, especially now with the map expanding.
Yeah, the water is going to be dropping here, and Nonbinary Plus getting back on the zone. I mean, they have their work cut out for them. They're probably a little bit tilted from that DC in that last game, and they just got to shake that off and get this game under their control as much as possible here. And I mean, they're trying to do exactly that within striking distance of that lead. Soda's going to be coming out as well. But here comes the rebuttal from FlipSide. Zone is going to be neutralized, painted more orange than a blue, and that's going to be the control going back into FlipSide's favor.
So back and forth game in the opening frames here, but look how far forward FlipSide is. They're vying to get forward and get onto that plat, though not wanting to be in dangerous position is Yagi backing up there, Yaji backing up there, and with a wiper in your face, it's difficult to do much, but that's not going to put a ton of paint down, and so it's just about the picks, and they're going to find a couple, so that's going to be enough to switch momentum over. 41, not a huge lead, but a nice little hold there from FlipSide, defining the pace of this game.
Yeah, and now Nonbinary Fuss trying to get their own hold in their favor. They're through that penalty essentially. Now getting some points on the board here. 41 is the mark to beat. Definitely attainable, but not if they're going to go 2 down and not if they're going to get wiped out by FlipSide here. We didn't even comment on that Dreadringer pick from the side of FlipSide here, and that's going to make, holding onto the zone for a long period of time really difficult for Nonbinary Fuss because zones be cheesing. Let's just say that.
Zones be cheesing. And what is more true than that? With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, because cheese can happen at any time here. Penalty points falling now for Nonbinary Fuss. They're within striking distance of that lead, and the crowd coming out to try to cement that there, forcing members of FlipSide to stay in spawn. Now 10 ticks remain for that lead with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. And it looks like the lead's going to flip over, so FlipSide got to find a way back in soon now, no longer in the safety of their lead.
Yeah, I mean, now it's a little bit of that danger zone here. Nonbinary Fuss has a very slim lead, but has the lead nonetheless. And, FlipSide's got to do what they can to stop it here. They're going to have the zone back in their favor here. 25 is going to be the mark to beat with 2 minutes left to go on this clock here. And, I mean, at this point, Nonbinary Fuss just wants to get back into mid as soon as possible because that penalty is almost done already. Zip is going to be popped, but Nonbinary Fuss, at a player disadvantage, they have to find some picks. They have to, stop this paint on the zone. FlipSide has 4 painting weapons. They can paint the zone really, really easily, and that lead flip is going to be happening because of that. And now, I mean, FlipSide so incredibly close to a knockout here. Nonbinary Fuss does not have a lot of players up right now, and they have to get to the zone here and now. The set is on the line. Alpha Bracket is on the line right now, doing whatever they can. Crab's going to be popped, but it's not going to be enough, and FlipSide is going to be taking that win and securing their spot in Alpha Bracket.
Nonbinary Fuss, a team that I mean, you called out every time we moved to the bracket page, right, as sort of an alpha contender. I mean, what a great performance for them. What a good job coming out and staying strong after that unfortunate game 2. It's that headspace you're in after losing 2 players to internet must be painful, especially when if the lead was against your favor, but you had solid fighting chances. So Nonbinary Fuss gonna go 1-2 in this round 6. Hey, you know what? I think we got more cats on Blue Sky. I think I saw another cat on Blue Sky. Oh my god. What a cutie. It's Callie.
It's Callie.
Gorgeous. 10 cats out of 10. If I do say so myself.
Brush, I gotta agree with you. That's a 10 out of 10 cat.
Wow. 10. Look how cute. Oh, Callie. Oh my god. The circle of IPL fans and cat lovers just grows. It's just a bigger circle now in the Venn diagram.
Bigger circle. Thank you, Bolts, for your submission and for the presentation of Callie to the stands.
Big Fair, what do you say we bring this home? Pinky, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we might be time to wrap it up. I mean, my heart goes out to Nonbinary Fuss. That's a really unfortunate way to lose that set. Not what you want to see at all. Now they just gotta hope that they have the resistance to make it to Alpha Bracket here in day 2. But that is, pretty much all the Splatoon gameplay we have here today for day 1 of Low Ink. So make sure to come back tomorrow to see exactly how this tournament's gonna wrap up. But we still have, a few more scores to go over here and now. Chroma getting a 3-0 win over Fallen. Honorbound getting the 2-1 win over Melonflow without even that 07 needed in their name. They'll just take dinner.
Hey, guess what? What? 3 over Inception.
Ooh.
Guess what? 3-0 over Inception. Sorry, I just really wanted to say that. I also whenever there's these uppercase team names with exclamation points, I just want to scream. Rewind! 3-0!
Rewind!
God, holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, we did take this home before I swear more. I'm not gonna do the whole thanking everyone on the team. We'll leave that for Popgun tomorrow. A couple more scores to look at. Magical Cure Love Hearts S lost 0-3 to This Is Fine. Another all caps team named Sea Dragon 0-3 Shellfire. And Brigada Wumi, who we saw earlier today on stream. Or maybe not on stream. Maybe we were just, I was just watching their Battle Fight chat, but they're going to go 3-0 over 2763. More team names should just be random numbers. I think that's fun. So 2763.
Sigma's in chat. Get it 2-1 over Red Leviathans. Sorry, I saw that and I had to point it out.
That's funny. You think that's their
also
pass 2763? You think that's the password they use on their...
If it's not, I'd be
lobbies?
very upset, to be honest.
It'll be upsetting, I agree. We'll have to reach out and find out for tomorrow. Okay, as Inkfair takes a screenshot of a black screen, wrong button, says Inkfair, our stream producer. Hey, thank you so much, Pinky, for casting with me this evening. Where can folks find you?
Thanks for having me. You guys can find me on Twitter at brokenpinky_, or you can, more readily find me on Blue Sky at brokenpinky.biscuit.social. But yeah, Brush, where can we find you?
You can find me taking some meds to make this headache go away. Take your meds. That is another team. Day 1 has concluded. Thank you all so much for tuning into Low Ink. Day 1, October 2024. We'll be back tomorrow with some alpha bracket action to see who takes home gold in Low Ink October 2024. Have I mentioned it's Low Ink October 2024? Take care.